And that was live.
I can't wait for that to come through a sending stone at some point.
Send dudes! What
do you-
dudes? No! I need more men!
We're doing that at some point. This
Exactly.
campaign, right?
We'll be in our war arc.
The final arc, the war arc.
Yeah.
We're like, send nudes. Wait, no.
Send
You said it
dudes.
wrong!
You mean nudes? No,
No,
I'm
I
in a
need
fight.
more
I
men.
need more men.
Okie dokie.
What did you do?
What? And then it wraps around my chin like a bee.
Like a...
No.
Okay.
It's a tumor. You have a chin tumor.
A tumor? I want a tumor.
No. It's bad for your long-term health.
Don't chew on that.
I'm not gonna stick it in my mouth.
But this one is.
I put it on my chin.
Strange people.
Okay.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, actually.
Oh, wait, no, I don't
Okay,
want to do that.
that's
Why would
enough
I wanna do
of that.
But they're not.
No. No.
That was a sound.
Yeah, no. We don't need the Plapinator 5000.
I love the plap.
Just chucks it.
I
Okay.
think we all need
Alrighty.
There's a light there, you can't do that.
Thundercats.
Welcome back to Unalyned, the show where this strange group plays tabletop role-playing games, currently Dungeons & Dragons. I am Chris, the Dungeon Master currently, and I am joined by
Currently.
Cheney, playing the Selithar Cleric of the Moons. To the right, we have Anthony playing Quid, the half-satyr warlock of the Poker. Then we have... I don't know why I did like a... Then we have the one I'm gonna strangle. Then we have Aiden playing the reborn tiefling monk named Zarzar. Finally, we have...
Wait, what did finally?
The beast.
Well, yes.
But wait, there's more.
But wait, there is more. Next we have...
If you call now, you get one Eden free.
Next we have... next we have Slammy playing Korn, the fiery Kinri barbarian.
Who's not here?
Currently, yes.
Gone.
Summoned away by an unknown force.
Again.
Again, it's.
If
keeps
I had a
happening.
nickel
Happens
for every
a
time
lot.
corn suddenly
If
disappeared.
I had a nickel for every time Corn was just fucking gone.
We'd have 2 nickels.
Which is not a lot, but it's weird it's happened twice.
And then, finally, for real this time, we have Liam joining us digitally. You'll hear somewhere in the void.
I know your sins.
He does.
That's actually the sin monger. Different guy, but really fun to hang out with.
Yeah.
He just guesses your cities constantly. That's all he knows what to do.
It's the only thing he can do.
Yeah, and he was playing Eden, the Scaleborn Wizard.
I hate my life.
He has self-loathing issues.
He wants to be
Whoa.
a sorcerer so bad.
Alright. Then,
Imagine if you wanted to be a sorcerer.
But God said, nuh-uh. And you, where the fuck you mean nuh-uh? And he said, get off the mountain. And that's Ian's whole backstory.
There you go.
yeah. Perfect. So, I don't think we have any specific announcements.
You look like you're expecting one of us to say something.
We're pregnant!
Nah.
You should, I guess
We've
the
made that
news
joke
would be
2
you
streams in a
probably-
row.
What, really?
Yeah.
I didn't even watch the last one, so I have no clue.
You know who I'm talking about.
it's gonna be a different one of us every time. Okay. Then I think without further ado, we can go ahead and jump into this episode of Unalyned. I don't know. Shush. No. I will not take a nap.
Take a nap, Chrissy.
We have a
No.
stick for that.
I have a flashlight for
We
you
have
too.
a 20-minute break later, and this is the exact amount of time so that you don't fall too deep into REM cycle.
Precisely.
Last we left off, the party had teleported themselves by way of a gate orb into a fine manor in
Brimshore.
yes, no, I'm just trying to, it was Realmdor, right?
The town?
Yeah.
Brimshore.
Oh, why was, never mind.
It's one of them.
Yeah. It's a town of Brimshore.
We're
Going-
really good at this game.
I'm going, actually, to the DM right now.
No, I was
actually,
trying,
I know your world better than you.
I was trying to remember why you guys called it New Orleans.
Because the country is
Renalyn.
Norland.
Renalyn, you said
Renalyn
was
is-
New Orleans.
Renalyn is the other
No,
country.
Norland is
We are. I think
Norland,
we're in
that's-
Norland. There is a
Okay.
Renalyn and a Norland.
I made those two similar.
Actually.
Yes, thank you. Okay, so they teleport themselves into Brimshore, this town within the kingdom of Norland. They met with a finely dressed and cleanly kept baron of the town by name of Leofric Theocross, brother to Percival Theocross. It is the second.
I was told it was the first.
He's the second.
Then Percival fucking lied to me.
Okay. You don't understand how that works.
I do. Percival just lied.
Through this conversation, the party had discovered that they had a potential in with the members of the Balkan if they were to go to a ball within the city of Sales, many miles to the north. So, setting out from the town, they took their boat and began to sail up the Luraden River as night fell away to daylight, and the forests sort of bordering the edges of the river creep in closer as the sun rises and begins to stream through the faint gatherings of fog and mist in the morning. The journey is yours.
We back on that pirate shit.
What do we got for marine biology around here?
Make a perception check, or not perception.
Is it like flora or
Where's
fauna?
my red dice? Perception check. Okay, so that's only a -1. So 12.
12. Okay. Looking into the water, for the most part, you see, and this is a very large river. Like, we're talking like Mississippi level size of a river.
At New Orleans.
Mississippi.
You lined up for that one.
I was thinking about it because I was. Okay.
Mississippi.
Am I society?
Mississippi is the only canon real place.
We have canonized
We know exactly what Mississippi is.
and we've canonized Christmas in one location.
We have not.
Yeah, we
I thought
have.
we did.
Anyway, very large river, and for the most part, it is like it's a very clear blue river, but you can't really see through the waters to really tell what's in it for the most part. Looking at the banks, the sort of river reeds will begin to spring up as it fades then into the forest, and you can see, like towards the edges where it's a bit easier to peer through like the waving stalks of river kelp, just sort of flowing with the current of the river. A few fish darting through it occasionally, but it's difficult to get any sort of intensive look into it.
Okay, I'll just kind of watch as nature passes me by, marking anything that seems interesting or like, oh, I might want to check that out when we stop.
Okay.
Are there any like actual animals near the river?
Like near the bank?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a few.
Okay.
There's, you guys sail past this one. It looks like a panther almost at first glance, but then looking further, its form seems to sort of like shift and glitch a bit, like distorting slightly, and it has
That's not good.
it has an extra pair of legs that come out the base. Yeah, and two like ropey, sinewy tendrils coming off its shoulder blades that end in these like
Tentacles.
rhomboid like patches filled with these sharp spines,
Cat
just sort of
tentacles.
lapping at the edge of the water.
Aiden, look at that beast.
Glances up towards the boat. You see these piercing, bright yellow eyes looking at yours.
Ooh.
Yellow eyes to yellow eyes, understandable.
Do you know what that is?
Can I try to like eye contact tame it or something? Just out of-
Okay, staring contest if Quid wins.
if Quid wins.
Quid asserts dominance.
We have the beast if Quid wins. If not,
Roll an animal handling check, you you fool.
I'm hilarious.
I'm just gonna have a staring contest with a displacer beast. What could go wrong?
What?
That's a
You know what? This would be a
17.
very hard thing to have a staring contest with.
What'd you get?
17.
17. Oh boy.
Eye contact with a wild animal.
Always good,
Always ends well.
especially this one.
Especially as a prey animal.
Oh no.
Are satyrs prey?
Go.
Not when I
Like
have a,
goats are, but are satyrs.
not when I have a gun.
Quid has a fucking gun.
Damn.
Not when they have a gun that
What a
brands you
sentence.
with.
All right. The beast just sort of looks up at you and let me double check something. No, okay. You just hear like a low growl emit from the throat of the creature. It turns and stalks into the forest. As it stalks away, you see its form shift and it vanishes.
I think that means we're friends.
If not friend, then why friendship?
Make a perception check.
Me.
Yes, because you were the one that wanted to look for the wildlife.
I like that we're doing like one of those
That is
wildlife tours
Yeah.
on the ship.
20.
20, okay. So, as you're sailing through, you recognize from before a similar creature whose head was mounted on Leofric's wall. It's this large, like navy blue colored ox-like creature. Though it has this, its large oxen head has an extra set of eyes set just back and above the first, and it has two additional pairs of those curving longhorn horns. So it has, it's like a spread of these six arcing out on either direction of its head. You can see it grazing through the grass. The bottom two, like, digging gouges in the ground as it goes. And you can see the occasional of, like static charge of electricity bounce between the horns. As...
I have a question, actually. Does Quid have any fucking idea what an ox is?
Probably not.
Whoa, that's a completely new beast. I've never seen anything like that.
As you're pondering that, the whole world goes dark for a second. As this massive shadow passes over the boat. Glancing up, you see way far in the distance above what looks to be, at first, just a bird now passing over. But it's jarring at first because the scale, you can tell it's incredibly far away, but it looks like it should be, like it appears normal size, implying that this is a immense bird of prey to look
Mega
normal
bird.
scale at such a distance.
Mega bird. We should turn that one into a jar of sentient feathers.
Yeah, you all see that. You would recognize it as a rock. It is far above and does not appear to be paying you any heed, but just
Spell that for me.
R-O-C.
R-O-C-K.
Let's see.
Just ROC.
R-O-C.
ROC.
It's not just a flying boulder.
That
No.
rock can fly!
Let's all try to not catch the attention of that thing, please.
Yes, Eden, you also definitely recognize it. Not this one
Let's all
specifically.
hope it leaves us alone.
No, you've met this one before, and it has a grudge.
It will haunt.
It's here to collect.
No.
Should you roll for it?
It wants its child back. I have to give it the jar of feathers.
Roll for
No.
roll for grudge.
Roll for feathers.
Just chuck a feather at it.
Is this yours?
Do you know these feathers?
To interrupt the wildlife bit, I don't think it will need to be a full back and forth, but Nev's probably back up in the crow's nest and just trying to catch Percival up to speed a little bit, just because it kind of directly affects him. So
Okay. Okay, you also see... Oh, another thing I should mention. All of these animals, you couldn't really tell with the rock, but all of these animals just have slight speckles of the, like, blue, purples, and greens of the Lytelian starscape, just sort of through their skin. Like, just it's fairly faint. Stronger on some things. The Displacer Beast had rather colorful speckles. The Ox had fairly vibrant ones as well. But it seems to just be a fairly constant phenomenon throughout Lytel that these animals and people have just that star-touched essence of it. You also
How
see...
much do we want to bet that that's a disease that we're gonna contract and gonna die?
don't put that out there.
Well,
the astral sickness.
the space flu.
Yeah.
Don't put that out
No, that's
there.
actually like
Space
smallpox
chicken
marks.
pox.
They're all immune to it now, but you're not.
Ah.
God sneezed when this place was being created, and glitter went everywhere. It never leaves.
You also see as you're going two of these large, they're almost the size of wolves, but they're very clearly dogs in how they are, with this bright yellow Labrador type fur on the one, and the other has this largely black sort of slightly curly shaggy fur to it with a white spot on its eye. And you can see them running through the forest, yapping and barking as they chase this small flying creature. It's like a strange bird. It seems to be this bright red and blue and yellow, bird of paradise type thing that has these 6 wings that curve out from its body and a long straight neck that ends in this almost arrow point of a beak as it's weaving through the trees. And you see the dogs. One of them jumps for it to snare it, and you see its path will intercept directly into a tree, and it briefly blinks and teleports through the tree, snatching the bird in its jaws and landing, spinning around.
Teleport dog.
I don't think any of you have ever seen these before.
Do they look like hunting dogs? Like they're
Yeah, it's like
they
a
were
hunting dog.
released to go
kind of.
hunt for a dude, or they're just wild dogs that are hunting for themselves.
With your perception check, there is definitely a wild aspect to them. Their fur isn't clean or taken care of. It's fairly matted and has twigs and branches stuck in it. They definitely seem like wild animals.
I'm not.
All right. Corn's not here, right?
Yeah, I was gonna ask, where am I?
Okay, so
What the hell?
last time when you got taken, you teleported with the others to Lytel, and then upon landing, you were briefly surrounded by these warbling dark crimson strands of energy that wrapped around your form and then condensed to it and shredded through you as your vision faded to black, and you opened your eyes and it was just this endless empty void filled with these crisscrossing taut lines of crimson thread.
Why does this keep happening to me?
You are currently just held suspended, cords of thread wrapped around your wrists and head, keeping you fully immobile, just trapped in this static landscape of crimson threads.
Why? Hello? Hello? This is not the first time I've been summoned to a weird place with weird messengers, but why am I tied up like this? Hello?
You hear just from echoing through the area. Knowledgeable in war.
You could say that.
Then you know how important leverage can be.
Yes.
Then you know your role.
What?
Fret not, you need do anything, and if your friends are true that, you will not be harmed.
What? Am I leverage?
Indeed.
What are you telling my friends to go and do?
Nothing.
Then why do you have me for leverage?
It makes a certain process easier.
Could I get any information?
No. Know that this is not any sort of personal quandary I have with you. You are not the target here.
Who is?
I'm not certain. That is part of the problem.
I could... Is it someone in my group?
Do you know of anyone chosen by the patient voice?
The patient voice.
Yes.
Is there another man?
Not that I know.
I've never heard of the patient voice.
Shame. Nor any mention of a great oracle. Foreteller of the unknown, peerer beyond the veil.
Sounds vaguely like some mystical mumbo jumbo I've heard before, but not.
From who?
I think some people were talking about Nev? I cannot remember. I don't think so.
I'll look into this, Nev.
What are you gonna do? Hold on, what did I say?
Well, you just sent another demon after Nev. We're doing great. Nev is 2 for 2 on demons.
That was the original Void Touch, was it not?
I don't know.
The masked one. Until recently.
Yes, Nev was masked. Is
No one, only Quid has seen Nev without.
yeah. No, sorry. You made it sound like you're not wearing a mask. I don't know where I
That's
am.
fair.
I don't.
Very well. Your help has been
Hold on. What are you going to do?
nothing. For now.
What about in the future?
It depends.
On what?
Whether or not they defy their fate.
Well, that's ominous. Okay.
Your assistance has been most helpful. I will ensure that you are not harmed in this process.
Why are so many extraplanar beings saying you will have no harm come to you? What is going on?
You feel the presence fade, and
No!
the strings do loosen a bit, so you can sort of move around, but you're still suspended.
Can I use... I don't know if this is possible, because I technically don't have any, like, official ability that does it.
Mm-hmm.
But is there any way I could channel some bloodline of Luraden stuff to burn the strands away?
Not here, no. You try and you feel some of that fiendish power, but you're unable to manifest it here.
Am I just kind of stuck here, guy?
The voice is not addressed.
Hello? Hello?
Back to the main boat.
Man, I wonder where Corn is. Hopefully he's having a good time.
I hope he's not giving
I hope he's not
strange
like
things
I hope he's not like
information.
tied up and giving weird extraplanar entities really personal information about us. That would be really strange.
I didn't know, okay?
Hope he's not outing the Dark One.
Oh,
To
great.
more extraplanar entities, because that's exactly what we need.
So what, 4th extraplanar meeting now? On Nevzax?
Third.
Third.
We don't know for sure on the broker. We
Is
know for
there-
sure on the consuming dark.
don't know
I
for
hope Donkey
sure
does
on
not
the
count.
And also, what about, what's her name from Hell? That was just kind of like,
Did you tell the one from hell?
no!
Okay.
Did you tell the worst devil? Don't worry, she knows.
Oh, great.
Of course.
I mean, it's kind of her business to know.
Yeah.
Pshaw.
That's fair.
Zilari, Archduchess of the Shadows.
Lovely.
Yeah.
Sounds like a lovely
The
person.
kind of guy you want coming at you.
I can't believe
Did they have a shadow?
Many of them.
So they have several light sources.
No.
They have mirrors.
Eldritch bullshit. Okay, so is there anything specific people would like to accomplish on this first day of the journey?
I would like
No.
to be free, please.
No.
Get fucked.
Nev's gonna-
Shouldn't have left.
Get
I will work on training my little dragon fireflies, trying to be friends with them.
Okay, and if I recall, that particular spell's in Annatar's, right?
Well, let's see. I know it's not in the. I think that's right. That's not the one I'm looking for. That's the wrong one.
What was it called?
Wait. Which one am I looking for?
That's a great question.
I know it was Tiny Servant. Wasn't it like Wizard's Tiny Servant, like some name?
No, I think it's just Tiny Servant.
Oh.
Liamon's
That
tiny
is it.
servant.
I will say.
Yeah, I found it.
Because they're flying guys and Tiny Servant is not flying, that's kind of. I don't know if it's. I might go for a short along stride with these guys first.
Yeah.
It's the same spell cost. Like, they're both 3rd level transmutation, so.
Yeah. Okay, so Quid, you are down in your... Not Quid, sorry. Eden.
Quid's a wizard.
Whoa.
You're a
you're
wizard,
down
Harry.
in your workshop slash room, and you have these fireflies in their jar. You sort of release them and begin attempting to train them and manipulate them to be able to have a measure of control over this fire they possess.
Hey everyone, I'm just friends. Just, you have something that is very valuable, and I'd like to not harm you in order to get it.
I think you can get this done in a day, right?
Probably, because let me check time. Because I think it's 2 hours per spell level, right?
That's... I thought it was an hour for a spell level, and it's 50 gold? Or is it...
50, the process takes 2 hours, and for each level of the spell, the process takes 2 hours and costs 50 GP. However, this is transmutation,
Yeah,
so
so
I
it's
have both of those.
Okay. Yeah, you can definitely get that done in a... Well, that's...
Okay.
What, 3 hours, I think?
Yeah.
So over the course of the next 3 hours, you all hear the usual sounds of yelps of pain and brief fires bursting out and being stomped out from Eden's quarters. But Eden, you do manage to get a high degree of confidence in that you can get them to do what you want them to do and have control over the effects.
Yay, besties!
They, being now...
I will give each and every one of them a little nuzzle on their nose.
That does take a while, but you give each a little nuzzle on your nose. One of them is like, for the most part, their coloration is like that of a dragonfly's. Though they have, like, looking very closely, they have little like thin spines coming off of their backs, like dragons do.
Oh, fun.
And their wings also have like the sort of clawed ends. Usually they're the normal iridescent colors of dragonflies, though there is one that's slightly larger and is more of a charcoal gray with like fiery orange going across it.
Does this one seem kind of like a leader?
Yeah, this one seems to be leading the pack.
Okay. Good to know. So that'll probably be that's kind of the one that I focused on the most then, to make sure.
Yeah,
If I get that one, it kind of helps to get the others.
it makes the process easier. So they form into like a swirling line of them, and then goes up and then dives into the jar that you have for them, and then they're chilling in there. Yeah. I imagine you would have, being rather accustomed to this, you would have like some mosses and like sticks and stuff in there for them to
Be comfortable on.
right, rather than just jar.
Right. Yeah. No, I give them a little mini, like
Like a terrarium.
micro egos. Yeah.
Which is part of the process of having them like you enough.
Yeah. Food and stuff as well.
Alright, so now, is there anyone else who has something?
I think that's mostly just keeping an eye out for when the sun begins to dip.
As the day passes and burble through the waters, heading ever towards the north, you do see the sun high in the sky begin to crest below the tree line, and you see the faint outlines of the moon and stars begin to slowly come back into view as the light begins to fade.
Issa.
Yep, yeah, I see it. Alright, everyone, prepare to disembark. Issa will vault over the helm and land on the ship and, run to the side to grab the mooring rope. After having steered the ship close to one of the banks, will leap off of the boat and lands heavily on the shore, running over to a relatively younger tree. Most of these trees are fairly thick. It's you're currently in a redwood forest. But ties it around with some of the younger trees and fastens gets the sails down and the gangplank lowered onto the shore. All right. Last call, unless you want to be shrunk.
Off the boat.
Oh, I kind of want to be shrunk.
No.
No.
Save us the trouble of pulling you out of the bottle.
What if we just leave
Alright,
them in
alright.
there and then
I
they
hear
can
the
just hang out
complaints.
in small size?
I feel like it's probably safe to leave some of my less volatile ingredients just in my room.
Yeah. Alright.
Do a little head count. We're in summer camp.
Make sure everyone's
Snork
there.
is at first missing, but you then see him perched up, holding his hammer, as he peers, his legs wrapped around one of the branches, 50 feet up in a redwood tree.
Donkey's accounted for.
That's how he rolls.
Donkey's sitting
also
on a
in the
tree next to him. He's just
They're
standing
best
on all
friends
fours
now.
on one of the branches.
Yeah.
I think they're
It's like the
best
owl bear and the dog in Baldur's Gate.
Snork and Donkey are
Yeah.
best friends.
Exactly.
Okay,
I think Donkey needs a little hat now.
give him a Luffy hat.
I have the straw hat still.
You do. It
The
might give him
farmer.
the urge to farm sometimes.
They might be helpful.
Okay. Issa goes, alright, well, if that's everyone, and pulls out the bottle once more, smashes against the side of the ship, causing the shards of glass to once again spray out over the whole thing, gaining this prismatic glimmer to them, as it then sucks back in as time almost seems to reverse, the ship shrinking as the glass coalesces back, and it's now sitting once again in its bottle. Puts it
Right.
back. Alright. Camp? you all set up camp, and this area that you're in, you wander for a bit to find a suitable location. At the moment, you're just sort of on this brief little patch that is mostly reeds and mud right next to the river. But you find this clearing where the trees sort of seem to, artificially drop away, like not a natural clearing. And the reasons for this are fairly evident as you see within this clearing various mostly destroyed walls covered up all in ivy and vines sitting in this clearing, as well as like this very old stone well that has like a side busted and there's water coming out of it, forming this like pool next to the well.
Wasn't that a fun thing to stumble across as the sun sets and it gets dark in the woods?
With your passive perception, you notice off a distance, like about a half mile, just barely through the trees, you can see a slight bobbing light leading to this circular ruined stone structure, like a tower, just rising up within the dense thicket of this forest. You see it bob towards the entrance and then wink out.
Don't know what to make of that. Should we be avoiding the well if the river itself is dangerous? Like if that affects all of the water?
Do we want to find out?
No.
Alright.
About as you guys are all setting up camp, Lisa coming back with like bundlefuls of tinder to make campfire. You lay out your bedrolls, get all your packs down. About an hour, Cheney, after you initially noticed the tower, you all hear this echoing, incredibly loud, supernatural scream rend the air. Just this as you see
I think someone sucked their toe.
oh, that hurts so much. You see the
Alright, well, I'm going to bed.
you see the puddle of water just like displaced slightly.
It's a Tyrannosaurus Rex.
There's just like a slight rumble in the ground.
Should we move?
Is there anywhere we can move where that won't affect us?
I feel like it's a bit late to move now.
We could return to the river.
No.
I mean, we could
No.
trek off into the woods.
That seems like where the death is.
But maybe not. We could go in that direction.
I'm just worried about the
Maybe.
proximity to
Maybe
the
it's
water.
friendly.
Considering in wells, with how this works.
Lisa's gonna peer out in the direction of the scream. Natural 20.
Ooh.
Maybe come
Isa
omniscient.
sees something.
Fuck no. Okay, over there through the trees past the big boulder thing, you see this large, like, hulking, humanoid-esque figure, though it's wrong in many ways. It's this large, bulbous but lanky, like, giant-like figure where, like, one shoulder is this massive, almost globular mass that has several other masses, but then the other side just withers and shrinks down to this, like, almost noodle flailing arm that just sort of drags along a good 10 feet behind
Like
it
Nev.
as it goes. You see one of its legs is similar, like all bulging with sinewy muscle, while the other is just like a crutch, like limping along as it goes. And you can see its head, the jaw, like is off to one side and sags down, and you see one eye like popped out of the socket,
This
falling
kid's
out.
is his first signs of a stroke.
I think someone's been juicing.
It has like little scraps of this like white hair shot through with blood over its head, and you can see it has like it's this dark like flesh colored skin tone, like with splatters of crimson through it. But looking closer, it's not flesh necessarily. It is all of these taut cords of sinewy muscle just connecting together, and you can see them writhing as it moves.
Is it Star Touch?
No.
We shouldn't judge on appearances. Maybe it's friendly.
No, I think we should move.
I think he seems friendly.
Can I?
It is.
He looks like a fun guy.
Can I tell if it's undead?
Make a nature check at advantage, because this is your thing.
Yay, great domain. Nature.
Mhm.
Oh wait, I don't have a modifier. Next, 16.
This, it doesn't appear to be undead. It appears to be
Upset.
something warped by a mixture of aberrant and monstrous energies. It would be defined as an aberration.
I think we should leave.
You do see it is a ways away on the other side of the river.
Okay.
Does it seem to know that we exist?
I should mention, it is 20 feet tall. I said hoping, but didn't give an actual scale. And then the one arm is dragging the 10 feet behind it, so it's like a 30-foot long arm. Whereas the other one is this big, massive, muscly thing that is much more proportional as far as length. Sort of like scans around.
Should we hide?
I don't think it can cross the river.
You see it sort of just, the long arm sort of retracts and spirals up around its own legs, sort of reaches around its face, grabs, like, claws into the eye and just shoves it back into the socket, and then retracts around it but goes back to dragging. And it's this, like, low sound, but it echoes unnaturally far.
It seems sick. Maybe we should help it.
Can we hide?
I don't think there's really a reason. If it touches the river, it's just going to die.
What if that's the reason the river is dangerous?
Well, as long as we don't touch it, then we will be fine.
Unless it's a
suppose.
friend.
And don't try to hide a bit.
See it sort of turn. Actually, let me see it sort of turn towards your camp. The one eye floats out of its socket and begins to levitate, looking in the direction of the campfire. Sort of cocks to one side. It begins to
Is it going to...
like making these horrid grunting noises that occasionally intersperse themselves with this like high-pitched whine as it lumbers over to the edge of the forest or the edge of the river.
I think we need to leave.
I think we're fine.
The left arm you see shoots towards you guys. Now this river is hundreds of feet across, so it stops 30 feet. You see, looks down at the other arm, reaching toward. Who would be the closest to the river bank?
I
think
mean,
when
I
it
wanted
stepped
to look
forward,
at some of the
Quid probably
reeds.
would have like moved in front of the party slightly.
Okay. So the reaching hand points towards you. The eyeball pops out and looks at the own arm, and you can see this sinewy flesh begin to bubble and pulse out as all of this knotted mass of like muscle in the large
Get ready to
arm
hit it as soon as it does
begins
anything.
to shrink and sort of pulse and move like under its flesh across, and you can see it begin to build in the shoulder of the long arm and then thin out as it stretches, and you can see the long arm begin to grow longer as it begins to reach another 100 feet across. Yeah, it looks very long.
I don't think that's how arms work.
And you can see the other arm
body horror
now
in a nutshell.
reduced to this like stump like thing where it's just like a wrist poking out of the shoulder.
You think we should tell him?
I don't think that's how wrists work.
Oh, okay. I think he knows.
How close is this hand to me now?
It's still like over 100, 200 feet away from you, but it's just
Okay.
reaching, and it seems to stop.
I'm not having a good time.
It retracts back.
I think this one is a high five.
Well,
My arms can't stretch that far.
so
So
what are we doing about this?
it points at you again, Quid.
Remember your face.
Its arms both retract, and you can see 5 more arms come out of it, and they all flip you off.
Okay, so it's intelligent, is what we've now learned.
Well, that's just rude.
Do I cast
What's your name?
like his face or something?
That's not you. Fuck you,
Okay,
Again, it's speaking not a yell, but it just sort of echoes and reaches your ears.
No. No name.
Snork, fix that. Would you like a name?
Friends call out mercy when they see.
So your name is Mercy.
I think.
Overwatch?
Yes.
Mercy.
Very nice to meet you, Mercy.
I want to go to bed.
have you ever had a pastry?
Eden shots it over the room.
It sounds like Eden's like actively sprinting. He's just running circles.
Ken. I will end your suffering.
You're
I
suffering?
don't think any of us here are really suffering, but the act is appreciated.
You can only lie to yourself.
I mean, I can lie to other people.
I
You
love
see,
lying to
You see
people.
the head just sort of turn around, snapping as it goes, and it just walks towards the thing, never like breaking its
What's the thing?
as it walks. Sorry, into the forest. On the
Okay.
other side.
Weird
Never-
creepy man's making me feel insecure.
Never breaking like its alignment with its body towards you guys.
I don't like that.
Do we
Bye,
want to go get
Murphy.
inside of that ominous tower over there so it can't see us anymore?
See, he couldn't hurt us. There was a river.
I guess we
This-
just have to hope there's no bridge that he knows of.
There's just a slight pang of panic when you glance at the river.
I don't like that river.
Does anyone?
You like instinctively take a step back from it.
Cool.
Seems ominous.
I want to go to bed.
I don't think we should be touching that river at night.
Well, I mean, just like more so than normal. Like, this river specifically.
I want to go to bed.
There's a brief flash of a memory.
Oh no.
You see a small rowboat overturned in the river, slowly sinking. And this is from a perspective on the beach. And you can feel yourself sprinting towards it. This feeling of your heart racing in your chest as you do. Then it snaps back to reality, and you're staring at the same landscape, but now in the present, surrounded by everyone else.
Apparently I've been here before.
Well, I mean, that's good
Can I
news.
throw a
Then we're gonna
rock
find
into
out
the
more
water?
about you.
It wasn't a good experience, from what I can tell.
Oh. Well, we met Mercy today, so I think we're going to make more good experiences.
Hopefully.
I want to go to bed.
That's fair.
I want to go to bed.
Nev needs a
Okay,
nap.
question though. That thing can reach really far. What happens if it's still there and we try to get the boat out?
We give it a high five.
I mean, if we wake up and he's standing there staring at us, we can walk for a bit, probably.
Alright. Really good idea.
So you begin to...
So just to be clear, no one wants to go into the ominous tower, right?
There's an ominous tower?
Yeah, no, that tower over there. Lightning strikes.
I think if we go in, we'll be part of a murder mystery.
I will get up and
It'd be the King
turn
movie
towards
all
the
over
tower.
again.
Yeah, you do see, as they're pointing it out, you hadn't noticed it before because piss poor perception. This tower made out of large stones, all covered in ivy and this, crawling vines that go up the front. Partially ruined, stones crumbled down, with a mostly collapsed, roof to it. With just a single wooden door, mostly rotted and hanging off a hinge, at the entrance of it. Just sitting there amongst the trees.
Seems inviting.
Pretty on
Ever
the-
tells me anything. Alright, who's coming with me?
Oh, we're going to it?
Can I have turned my sword to a torch for a second?
Yeah, you draw Cinderfang. It ignites briefly, not enough to use a charge, but flickering flames appear along the blade of Cinderfang as it begins to crackle and dispel the dark.
Alright, let's move.
Are you
Right,
going into the
Yeah, of course we're going into the tower.
But why?
We have to sleep.
Yeah,
Okay, but I want to get some exploring done before we sleep.
it's nighttime though.
I don't care that it's nighttime. I
That's
have...
a good point.
I want
the
to
tower will
explore.
probably be there in the morning.
What if it's not?
Why? How would it move?
Oh, that's true.
It's an old-ass tower that might fall down if Mercy comes and screams at us some more.
It looks like it's been there for several years.
Yes.
Yes.
I doubt it's going anywhere.
Am I going to reappear? Am I going to reappear in this session?
Yeah. Don't worry.
We'll just have to cheat fate, it's fine.
I'm going to vanish because I do not exist and my buttocks hurts.
Studio audience.
You're a coward.
And I have a metal pole.
Yeah, a
Can
metal
you play
pole.
stock applause sound effects?
Yes,
No.
I'm on it.
No.
Yes, sir.
No. Okay, so you're staying behind Eden.
Or am I?
Same that way.
I can stay behind with you.
Who else going to the tower?
I mean,
Do you think that's
Well, it depends.
Wow.
Is Quid set on going to the tower now?
probably. I don't know. He's stupid.
Because
His stats say
Eden's thinking
otherwise.
is
And yeah.
His
Eden
roleplay says
Eden
otherwise.
wants to get to the tower, but he might want to wait until the morning. But if we are going over there, then yeah, he's coming.
I just want to get to
Alright,
the
if someone wants to convince Quid to not go exploring,
I just want to get to the
No, fuck it, let's go.
and have fancy clothes.
alright.
I'll stay here and watch the camp with my hammer.
Stalk, actually.
Yeah.
Can you hold on to this rock?
Okay.
You stay here. If we send worried messages of help, wake the others and bring them to us.
Okay.
But shoves it in the bag.
Wait! I won't be able to hear it.
Reaches into it and pulls out this this very thick black bandana-like material, like smacks it against the side of his head. Now has a rock strapped to his head.
Snork's inventing headphones.
All right.
Good idea.
Let's move, I guess.
I'll kind of just have like the sending stone in a pouch that is close to me, so that if Snork says something, I can hear it.
Okay.
Go with them. Stay with Snork. Go with them.
I can
Stay
stay.
with Snork.
Zarzer can also stay.
I'll give them 5 minutes.
All right. So
We have 5 minutes. Let's run.
you're going,
Speed
Eden's
run
going, and you're
every
going.
person.
No, who else is going?
Not me.
Me,
Just Eden and Quid.
I guess.
And
And
Issa.
Issa.
Oh yeah, Issa.
Or Issa went, yeah, let's go, and then decided to not come.
Yeah, no, Issa's going.
Issa walked the opposite direction.
Issa just walks off into the water, never to be seen
No.
again.
No.
You see Issa pulls out her gun. You notice again just the like black carving in the side of one of the barrels. Starts walking towards the tower.
I wonder what marvelous things we could find up there.
Anyone else hear that?
No.
Hey, what?
You like listen for a bit, and there's just this low wind, like a breeze, rustling through the trees. There's just these subtle like just whistling or whispering through the winds.
Does it sound like a language or more like incantations?
It sounds like overlapping words, almost incantations. Yeah, make a intelligence check, Eden.
Yeah, think really hard.
Total of 21.
Okay. As you're listening, most of it is just overlapping, incoherent things, some of them in other languages. You catch snippets of draconic, infernal, elvish, just sort of interweaving in these different whispers, but some of them in common or in like the language of magic that you use to cast your own spells. You pick out key words that seem vital to whatever chant this is. Collect the offspring, siphon the blood, descendants of the firsts, breathe unto me your power.
Okay, I'm gonna need that repeated. Collect the offspring.
Siphon the blood. Descendants of the firsts, wreathe me with your power.
Not a second. Not a second.
Interesting.
Correct.
Oh, there are some ominous things in that wind. Probably means nothing.
Great. Sure. As you begin to approach the tower, the forest around you seems to twist slightly. The low mist throughout the whole thing beginning to intensify slightly. And the trees almost seem to shrink a bit the closer you get to it, to the point where some saplings are sort of withered and black, just leaning over as you near this like set of stone outcroppings that are near the entrance to this crumbling tower. And the whispers also increases in intensity. You see from within see from within this tower. Now looking up, you see just the old, rusted, slightly dinged and bent, this like telescope, looking up into the stars at the top of this tower. Though the staircase within the tower, as you approach the entrance, is shattered, and there is no clear way to get up. However, there is a heavy wooden trapdoor on the floor of this tower, this observatory.
Alright. So do we want to go try to get up and look at the sky, or do we want to go into the basement? Because there's
Well,
always
I
good
will
things in
say,
basements.
if we wait till tomorrow, I can prepare a thing for us to be able to get up there with ease.
Okay. So are we going to turn
So
back
it's-
now?
Well, there's a trapdoor in the floor, right?
Yes.
Oh, there's this trapdoor, so I don't see where we can explore that right now.
Seems fair.
How many minutes are left in our 5 minutes?
What was the 5 minutes?
How much time they were given?
Oh,
I'm lifting that trapdoor.
hasn't taken much time at all. Okay. Lifting the trapdoor, the whispers immediately grow louder, and then
Who goes there?
Travelers? Researchers?
There's a guy down there. Or at least one guy.
State your purpose.
Exploration.
Knowledge?
One moment.
this, you hear approaching footsteps, and this pale white hand like grabs this ladder coming up. You see a second one pulling himself up. You see this almost albino-looking elf with these like very clear, visible vein like running through the skin and the red of the eye pigment. Just very pigmentationless skin. With this white hair tied back into like a long ponytail going back. This like long dark leather overcoat that's sort of like buttoned too, and you see various like acid spill marks on it. It's like the medieval version of a lab coat. You see various pouches over that have beakers, not beakers, like test tubes. These like small glass.
Frothing at the mouth.
These
I
small glass
found
things.
my soulmate.
Are they star touched?
There is very faint aspects of the star.
The glitter.
Yeah, a little bit.
You seem like a very interesting fella.
Pulls himself up out of and has like very, very defined features. Pulls himself out of the thing, sort of like squints a bit at the firelight. You can see the inside of that room is pitch dark.
Did not the ominous whispers drive you away?
No.
No, actually, they kind
I
of
was kind of
looked more
interested
interesting.
in them.
It feels like the honest whispers were like calling us here, like very threateningly calling us, but like.
Now, you have interrupted my chant.
You also see
I'm sorry.
on the breast of the coat, there is this crimson sigil inscribed into it. It is and you're looking at it, you're not sure if it's real blood or if it's just very, very finely made to resemble blood. But it is this circle that has like drip marks coming down from it, within which there are three black holes, almost like puncture wounds, inside this red like outlined circle, also dripping blood from each of them. Two of them closer together than one of them set further back down.
Mm-hmm.
The third one is also larger than the first two.
So, what kind of chat was this? What was it trying to accomplish?
Research.
What were you researching?
Roll persuasion check.
Persuasion?
Yep.
Sway.
It's one of the things I'm good at. Doesn't win it. Yeah. That is a 20.
Sort of looks around all over your person. Very well. You are harmless enough. Yeah, he looked right at Centerfact.
Mm.
You have done well for yourself, adventurer. One of the elemental blades I did not expect to see. Cute, almost. The nature of my research is largely to be kept a secret, as decreed by her will. He puts a hand over where, and it is like directly where the heart would be. The sigil. But we are researching the effects and possibilities within Lindwern lifeblood. Why? Why do you ask?
Curiosity.
A fine way to get killed.
Very curious
Be
about all
fine
of
death.
this. I'm a bit of a researcher myself, actually, into various things.
Are you now? How many centuries?
Not many. You know, bit new at the whole researching thing. Hoping to get more done.
You are but a fledgling in these matters, yet you still have tampered with your essence. Interesting. Many of you have, in fact. This one at least not willingly.
No, the rest of us.
Just like staring out the door at the camp. To
Ours
Nev.
are in Nev, aren't
Yeah,
there?
he is just gazing over towards where Nev is.
I have this weird feeling I'm being stared at.
My spidey senses are tingling.
You see, like, as he looks over, there's just like this slight, like a slight glow in his eyes. Like, in that direction.
Oh, now we know. This one's gonna know too.
A bit of an odd group. What's your name, by the way?
Melikor.
You're gonna need to spell that one.
That's an evil name.
Ow.
I think this
Just
guy's
because it
friendly.
sounds like Melkor. Which none of you know, because Lord of the Rings.
What?
Nothing. It's Lord of the Rings' deep lore. Well, then you should recognize Melkor. Or Morgoth?
Yes.
Well, you didn't say it. Anyway.
I mean, like Silmarillion deep or deeper?
Yeah.
Oh god.
Melikor. Yeah, no, what do you mean this guy gives off super good vibes.
He's friendly.
Yeah, he's
Friendship.
shaped.
I know.
He's
Maybe
A very
I'm trying to get
fun
counter
name.
of how many things known about Nev.
Perhaps next time you begin to hear whispers, you would steer clear. Not all are as accommodating as I to curiosity. I would advise not to meddle, as adventurers are warranted to do, into the affairs of my ilk.
So, do all of your ilk have ominous whispers? Like, is that a consistent thing we should be keeping an eye out for, ear out for, really?
This was particular to my experience. But we are all, as a mortal would say, ominous.
Okay.
I mean, I'd say ominous as well.
You are mortal.
Who is he talking to?
I forgot you didn't come. He didn't say that.
Sorry, I keep having this weird feeling like we're being watched.
I know, it's very odd.
It's not Snort, we can see Snort.
Yes. Is it the tower? Did they do something in there?
They left the dead people club.
He sort of goes, alright, well, can we see down there? He goes, no.
That's not
Do you know of a way for us to get up to that telescope?
Climb.
Oh, fair enough.
Is there anything worthwhile up there at the telescope?
History.
Also, would you be interested in a drop of blood taken from somebody who's been through hell? Literally.
His head turn.
Aiden, no, don't give stuff to the blood cultist.
I pull out just like a small beaker that contains the drop of blood Zarzer gave me.
May I inspect this?
Sure.
It'll be blood famous.
Takes it.
Researcher to researcher. Well, fledgling on my part. You seem very experienced.
I've been around for some time. Looks in the blood, inspects them. Uncorks it a bit. Wafts it. She takes this like long, deep breath.
He's getting high.
He's a sommelier.
Tiefling. Reborn.
God.
Dead.
Hint of vanilla.
Recently.
I'm getting wafts of orange? Where's your whole oranges?
Very distinctive spices.
Dealings with the same demon as you.
Oh my god.
You know a lot.
You can tell much about mortals from their scent.
Seems like a useful thing to learn.
I feel like you're trying to tell me to take a shower here.
It
How
is
did you-
not something given lightly nor received.
How did you get this ability?
I was chosen.
Another one.
Chosen, you say? Chosen by who?
Blessed by an extension of her will.
Who is her?
She is her.
Oh. Seems fair.
Make another persuasion check.
Okay.
Swab.
Very persuasive. That's a natural 20.
Oh.
It's a 27 total.
Glasses again at your armaments. The Seraph.
That's what I was expecting. I just wanted to know for sure.
There's a fair amount of them.
That gets a highlight.
Is it? So I currently know of two like big seraphs. There's the black seraph and there's a bloody one. Is it one of those or is it like a third new seraph? Or...
Take a guess.
It's here's.
I feel like the blood
It's not
insignia
Lorena.
should be pretty...
I think is it the blood one?
Yes, that is one of her names.
Okay. Good to know.
She herself did not, unfortunately, bring me into her darkness, but one of her children did.
They've been gone a while.
feel like it's been more than 5 minutes of lot of.
So, do you research around here often, or?
Yes. Quite often.
Very fun. Any particularly interesting things I should look at, or?
This land is full of interesting things. But if I had to point you in one direction, the Lindweir.
Noted.
You can see he like licks his lips as he says this. He's a what?
Is he a vampire?
You have
I know we're not.
never heard of vampires in anything but like fairy tales.
Yeah, Nev isn't there, so it doesn't really
It's true.
matter.
But any of you. A vampire is not a like a thing you could potentially recognize, but there's
You did vaguely mention vampires to me the other day.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
but you would not. The stories are all conflicting and vague, and no one has ever really had a good like place to stand on as far as evidence of having interacted with a real one. No one's really even sure if they exist.
Hey, you're smart. Do you know why the river is dangerous? We've been told to stay not on it during the night. Just wondering if there's a particular thing we can, like, know specifically makes it a threat, or...
Merit's grasp.
Interesting.
That's okay.
I don't think either of you would know what it means.
You're saying merit?
Merid.
Merit.
Merde.
Aiden, what is that?
I have no idea, but just go with it. I don't want this fun person to think I don't know things.
Oh, okay.
I can't hear you.
No.
Oh, you can.
Why is everyone up here so good at hearing us when we're whispering?
It's a kind of river kelp. Drowns the foolish and the unprepared.
Not more,
The living.
not more drowning for
What are plants that want to drown us? Okay.
You seem very interested in my doings and my kin.
We're gonna be recruited.
You to be chosen again.
Why?
Um,
Do you also desire to have this power, this ability that I possess?
I potentially would be interested in the power.
It's a pyramid
Interesting.
sandwich.
I would not mind it either.
I mean,
Selling Girl Scout
I cannot
cookies.
grant it.
it's fair.
I have not ascended.
Mhm.
Ernie. If you would like to interface with my kin without me revealing details, I should not simply be at the gala that they are holding in the City of Sails. I
Alright.
kindly make an appearance.
Okay, first we were heading there already.
Fate works in strange ways.
So it would seem.
Now is that all?
Do you think there's a chance we'll ever bump into each other again?
I have a feeling we may.
Alright.
A moment. Sort of disappears down. Returns a moment later with this vial full of a deep, like a deep red liquid shot through with these flecks of gold almost. A gift, turns to Eden, for the aspirant.
Thanks.
It is a tiny amount of, a fair amount of Linduian blood mixed in with just the slightest scraps of an elder Linduian's blood. Study it carefully may to teach you many great things. Perhaps one day
I
you
will
may.
study this very carefully. I just kind of awkwardly take it and put it into a safe pouch.
Good. Sort of like, just, it's like a smile creeps across his lips. May it serve you as well as it has served me. Now I must be returning to my research.
Yes, of course. Quid, we're good to head back, yes?
Yeah.
It's not a cult. What do you mean?
Selling Girl Scout cookies.
Closes the trapdoor. It swings silently shut.
WD-40.
There's just the slightest.
It's a well-oiled hinge.
Do you think they're dead?
Well, I think we would have heard something.
So while that was happening, back at camp, Snork is up in a tree. You are.
Keep looking back and forth. That's ours.
They could be. We wouldn't really know.
Any of you looking at the river?
I feel like they would be looking back and forth between like at the tower, Zarzer, across the river, just like constant.
I think I'd be looking at it like paranoid, like glancing a lot.
You see a section of it begin to deepen into a dark crimson color. Like just this little section of it.
Do rivers normally bleed?
No.
And then just sort of rising out of it, just like sliding forth, like no motion to it, just is this large figure covered head to toe in this crimson blood as it emerges from the river and steps forward. The crimson drains down off of this figure, and you see this large, heavy-set man with these this dark black beard and hair bound up in like a wolf tail sort of hairstyle, wearing this dark black studded leather armor. He's got one black leather scabbard on his hip with just a normal looking finely crafted longsword resting in it. On one wearing these long leather gloves, you can see the gloves are only extend to about where the wrist starts, and the forearms are covered in scars, not like scars from being like thin, precise lines, self-inflicted scars. And you see another very small knife near the on the hip near the sword as this figure steps out, not star touched. His eyes this deep scarlet color, somewhat somewhat dark skin tone, like a darkened brown. Steps forward. Hello.
Hello. I heard the river is dangerous at night.
This one is Nev, yes?
Maybe. Who's asking? Are you asking?
I'm asking.
Why are you looking looking for that?
I need to see if you are the target.
Of?
My assignment.
What does this assignment entail?
You will see if they are among you. Have you had dealings with a patient voice?
Never heard of it.
So he like leans in, the eyes flash red. I believe you.
I'm Zaza.
No.
What do you mean I'm not? What do you mean no?
Is that your name? Take it back.
Is Zaza not my name?
It is now.
The other two, you now come back to see this figure standing in the middle of camp.
Eden's in the middle of a rant about how cool Malachor is.
I think Ian and Quinn are both in love with this man.
Fuck.
Oh my god.
It wasn't supposed to happen that fast.
No, don't fall for the co-recruitment. Stop it.
What do I really
No,
want?
the blood mage seems like a good pick, I think.
But that's so cool.
Your mom would be
He's
so
just
disappointed.
really neat.
She would, but like, I don't really care right now.
He's in the rebellious phase.
What you gonna say?
I'm a rebellious young man.
Where are you starting
You
a
see this-
Malachor fan club?
This figure turns. Newcomers. His eyes
Oh.
flash red in your
So
direction.
many friends in one
Quinn's
day.
eyes turn red as well, I suppose.
We're having a staring contest.
Turns over to Eden.
Hello?
Now that we are all here, I will ask again. Are any of you acquainted with a patient voice?
The guy we just met was pretty patient.
I don't think that's what.
Eden's
Met someone?
expression just kind of
Yeah, there's
drops
dude
as his
over
body
there.
stiffens up for a second.
You.
No, I don't.
You have dealt with the Oracle.
I've heard. I've heard of it.
There's a quality in
You see he takes several strides towards you, one hand reaching out. You can see like a twisted version of Aristov's casting. These warbling threads of crimson weave emanate from his arm. And you can see where the veins in the arm go down. It seems to be puncturing through the skin and draining out of the bloodstream as this strange weave drips with crimson, and he just like rotates his hand in your direction, and they separate off from the arm. Just sort of touch various points on you, one on each shoulder, one on the forehead, and one on your heart.
He's aligning your chakra.
It's my job.
And then concentrates for a moment. Yes. You are Noravos' chosen.
That didn't
Spell that one out for me.
Who?
Norovos. Noravos. The patient voice.
M-O-R.
He's already appeared to you in dreams.
You had dreams and didn't tell us?
You do not think it wise to inform your companions?
Eden, why have you been dreaming again? We talked about that. You're not supposed to dream.
I think you guys have been aware of every time I've dreamt.
Well, yes, but
You didn't say
What's
anything
going
about some patient person.
I may have left out a few details.
I'm hurt, Eden.
You pain me.
I don't think it's wise to talk about this.
Why?
Well, I suppose I believe it is forbidden, actually, where I come from.
Well, we're not there. We're here.
But I'm from there, so I'm part of. I adhere to what the clan says.
In any case, you must not be allowed to succeed. You are of no threat now, but I will be keeping an eye on you. And you see he clenches the fist, and several veins in the arm burst. You can see additional blood exploding off of the arm and beginning to billow up out of it like a gushing wound, and then it coalesces into these several incredibly thin, pointed weaves of blood that then stab towards you, Eden.
Can
Oh
I
no.
throw a sword at this?
oh god.
Not the dude, but just the magic.
You throw a sword just through it like water.
That looks painful.
Eden, you feel it stab like several daggers, piercing into the scales right above where your heart is. You feel it carve this symbol onto you. And then they retract, the blood flowing back, and you can see the arm seals, thin scars left behind. Or thin wounds, yet to scar into more of those.
Very bloody.
Ow, I don't like you.
2 blood wizards in one night. Very nice.
I'll keep an eye on you.
Could you do it from afar instead of just like giving him a tattoo instead?
This is how I do it from afar.
Could you have just like been over there then?
I could have.
You should just go stand ominously in the woods and stare at us all the time.
I was
Yeah.
here. I have other things to do.
I feel like it would have been easier than giving him an involuntary tattoo.
I see your target. Just because of
His destiny wills it.
His destiny wills that you try to stop his destiny.
He has a path that he may follow. It is my job to ensure he cannot.
Why?
Who gave you that job?
The Queen.
Queen.
Queen of?
People keep saying names and just expecting us to know who they are. Who is the queen?
None of us know anything.
I cannot say.
Okay, you annoying little fuck.
You
This is
see,
a day of very vague sentences.
It's
I'm
a
not
day
going
of
to play
very
the-
vague people.
I'm not going to play the pronoun game with you. You have to tell me names.
you see, he takes out the dagger from the satchel. It's this black, like cragged obsidian dagger.
Radical.
Takes it and plunges it fully into his wrist.
Oh.
I feel like that's bad for your long-term health.
Yanks it across, and then pulls it out,
Why is there
flicking the blood off of the knife where it just begins hovering in the air. Then moves one hand across. You can see those tendrils shoot out from the skin once again, collecting it. And then he waves his hand in an arc as it forms this whirling circular portal. You can see through it darkness.
Does it look like there's a big flaming lizard through it?
Big flaming lizard. No.
Oh,
I want my lizard back.
Where's the other lizard?
He walks through it without saying anything, and you see the threads gathering in his hands. He goes to snap his fingers. Appearing from a tangle of crimson threads is Corn, dropping to the ground heavily as this figure
I'm back, guys.
steps through the portal.
Can I stop getting kidnapped? Please? This time it wasn't even my fault.
The first time was your fault?
I don't know, you're smart.
sometimes.
Okay.
I'm on the floor now, right?
Why did they have Corn? Why did they have you?
Leverage.
For what?
Eden?
You're the expendable one. What fucking leverage does he get from you?
So, I have just a quick question. Were you called something like the Chosen One, or like
Void touched was the term used.
Void Touched? I heard something
Haven't
vaguely
heard
about that
that
once. I don't
The
know.
guy that was searching for Eden, apparently, not me.
Okay, because the guy asked me a lot of questions about you.
Okay,
You
let's
knew
do
that guy.
I don't know, I was kind of like Mortal Kombat fatality into his dimension.
I don't understand the references you're making.
What the fuck is a Mortal Kombat?
You're still alive.
Yeah, I don't know exactly how that happened though. I was like kind of tied up for like a lot of hours, and then he's like, "Answer my riddles 3," and then kind of left.
Did you answer the riddles?
I didn't know most of the riddles because most of them were asking about like the Oracle or like I don't
The
know.
patient one. The patient voice.
Yeah, that one. And then they kind of mentioned some stuff I vaguely heard about Nev before.
Okay, well these are
He said he was
separate
trying to
things.
make sure that you were Fate, I think it was, or oh my goodness,
Destiny.
Destiny. That's the word. Was on
Eden.
track.
Eden.
Trying to make sure Eden's destiny is not on
Can I
track.
glance at Eden just to see what's going on?
How's your involuntary
He,
tattoo?
He's just kind of standing there, his eyes darting just kind of back and forth, trying to put the math together in his head and being very unsuccessful at it.
You know what? Long day. We sleep on it. Like we've been meaning to do for at least like an hour.
Wait, how long
and then
has it-
figure it out.
How long has it been?
About a day.
It's been 5 years. Cole.
Why do I keep getting taken away? Keep getting taken away.
We'll catch up tomorrow.
Okay.
I want to go to bed.
Alright, let's take a nap.
Corn
Should
just
we
falls
take
over.
turns keeping watch since Zarzer can
Zarzer
dream?
keep watch forever.
Zarzer can dream. of her,
Zarzer
though.
won't dream.
No, you see, I don't
There's
dream.
nothing significant
You've
here for
had-
Zarzer to dream
I
about.
just kind of freeze.
Corn is out cold.
Yeah, but still, then you can't be keeping watch when you're dreaming.
Well, you're all dreaming as well.
But my point is that one of us should maybe like keep watch in addition to you, in case you do dream.
I don't freeze for very long. It's like 10 seconds at most.
10 seconds is enough for Mercy to grow their arm a bit more.
It's enough for one
Mercy
round
was
of
a
combat.
friend.
Mercy was friend-like, but I don't know. If there's like Mercy 2
No, he
that
said,
comes and
The
tries
sequel?
to eat us.
he said his friends call him Mercy. That means he has friends.
If friends call out for Mercy.
No, he said
Yes.
they call him Mercy.
I think he's Mercy.
No.
He's the embodiment of mercy.
He said he was going to
Seems
end
like a very
someone's
merciful-
suffering.
He pointed to me and said he was going to end my suffering. I don't know what that really
You're
means.
suffering.
He also knows my face, which is slightly alarming, but
I
I
know
don't
Is
know.
it
your
your
face.
face
Thank you.
or your mother's face, like with Snork?
Probably my mother's face.
Why do so many people know
I
your
assumed
mom?
that she goes on adventures.
Why do so many people know your mom?
I don't know.
Do you know his mom?
And I barely know her.
Corn's
Anyways, I'm
asleep.
going to bed.
Corn's out cold. Corn is literally face down in the dirt, asleep already. Corn has been held in like suspension all day.
You didn't take a nap in suspension?
I don't know. He was an EP boy, okay?
Sarsa, would you want someone to keep watch with you?
I'll be fine. Plus, Snork is awake and not awake
I'm
at
up
the same
here.
time.
Okay, bedtime.
Just go.
Eden, have you checked the wound at all?
I guess I will. Like, as we settle down, I will now.
Carved right above your heart is this bloody pentagram.
Oh no!
Looks
That's not supposed to go there.
kind of similar to the marks that Quid makes. Though
Interesting.
the methods and actual mark left are different. So it seems like, just with your base arcana, it seems like a similar kind of magic, though likely sourced very differently.
Doesn't seem like the broker's MO.
Additionally, did Melikor take Zarzar's blood, or did just, like, observe it and give it back to me?
He just observed it and gave it back.
Okay. I didn't know if I still have that.
Why is that important information?
Aiden will then just kind of sit down, like, tuck his knees up, and just kind of curl into a ball.
We're a week,
Yeah.
or like half a week from the city. You think we're gonna get to Gala today?
Let's just speed through the next
We
6
spent
days.
like 2 hours on one night.
Issa sort of wanders over to Eden. Like plops down on the forest floor. One knee propped up. So what's all this about an oracle?
I'm not sure. I've well, I guess no one here is really going to enforce those rules. Something about, like, my clan. Something about a patient voice. I've heard it mentioned by my parents before the day of my trial. And I heard it mentioned from, I think, actually, let me check backstory notes. Was it mentioned, was it just my parents or was it both? I forget what I did.
One of them said the thing about the, and then the other one agreed.
Right.
So, like, they were both aware that only one of them actually said the title. And Noravos is the first time you've ever heard another name put to it.
I mean, I heard a bit from, I believe, Percy. I don't know what it all means. Been having strange dreams. Apparently, down in Sorior, I went odd.
Yeah.
For me, though, I was just going through a dream.
With Noravor? Norva? Something.
There was further mentions of a patient voice in that dream.
Alright, well. Don't feel like you have to figure that out yourself, Eden. There's all sorts of people here who have knowledge and experience that you can take advantage of.
If I don't do it myself, then I'm not really doing anything.
No. There is power in an individual, but the real power of
Friendship.
I love
wanting to be
There's no such thing as
Our
self-made man.
friendship is.
gonna be philosophical for a second. Curse the day. But the goal of becoming so powerful on your own that you would never need help, Eden, that's called being a god. Maybe beyond a god. Even gods have their clerics and little attack dogs. No one is above help. Accepting help is part of strength. Certainly not weakness.
You don't come from where I've come from. Everyone there can do things.
Does everyone there teach that you have to be strong on your own or you're worthless?
Need to be strong enough.
Then they're fools.
They're adequate teacher. They're helping.
I don't know about that.
We have such happy music, and he's just going like Eden's entire
And, you know, I went to something to get help. I think I went to the wrong thing. Am I supposed to know what's the right person? What's the wrong person? What's gonna actually help? What's gonna not help?
It's hard to know. But, and I'm aware that I'm a bit hypocritical of this, but that is part of the strength of your friends. One person's wisdom alone pales in comparison to the wisdom of many.
I'm worried about this. That guy. I mean, what if I do accept help? What if I do get everybody else involved? What if he comes after everybody else?
Then we'll fucking kill him.
I don't know. He seems.
What, too strong?
More.
We'll get stronger and then fucking kill him. The Angaron method.
Acorn's not dead though, right?
Right, but we're getting stronger so we can kill him.
Right.
I mean, why do you think I... never mind.
cut herself off.
I know why.
Because we don't know.
Explain why.
I need to think.
That's... yeah, okay. One last little, nugget of my nonsense. Knowledge is power, right?
But yes.
Mistakes are a part of learning, Eden. You're gonna make mistakes, and you should. Fuck up so you can fuck them up. And Issa will get up and walk away. Good luck, Eden.
I love Issa wisdom.
I'll try.
That's all we can try.
The little ball he's curled in kind of loosens up a bit, but he still just thinks and thinks and thinks and thinks himself into unconsciousness.
I need to talk to Issa more. That was so fun.
Okay. as you all drift off to sleep. Zar.
I do it.
As you stand there, gazing at the water, there is definitely an apprehension to it, both in your current self and also an echo of that wariness glancing back at it, this odd paranoia that something in it is going to jump out at you. And then it happens again. The glitching and shifting between the different viewpoints, the different worlds, different times, and you're back in the past. You are different. You feel different than from the other memories. You feel younger. You're sitting at this campfire by one of these broken walls. Looking down, you have your well-made, but nothing fancy, just this plain, simple merchant jacket. Not the leather jacket. Your boots are worn traveling boots. A cloak pulled around you for the cold. When you hear a scream, you shoot to your feet, and looking over to the side, you see from the river a boat overturned with these lashing kelp latched onto it. You know the reason this river is so dangerous at night from your many travels alongst it. Marid's Grasp, a kind of carnivorous kelp that will wrap around unwary travelers and creatures and drag them to their death. You get up seeing the frothing waters. You see forms being pulled underneath the water, shedding layers as you go, cloak lying on the floor, jacket thrown to the side, before you're down to just your thin undershirt and like these thin leather pants. Stepping to the edge of the water, diving as you go, just feeling the cold lack of warmth in the river wash over you as you enter the water. You can feel your heart beating almost out of your chest as you spin around looking for anyone. You know their time is not long. You see this small lavender hand, the hand of a child, slipping down through the water as you see the face of this small tiefling girl as she writhes and tries to scream out, trapped in this grasp, bubbles escaping from her lips, this precious oxygen slipping away. Taking out a knife, you swim closer and you put it to the main vein that runs along each of these kelp, which you know from your experience to be its main weakness, and you slide it along, immobilizing that leaf which falls away from the child. You repeat this process many, many times, eventually able to free the child, sheathing the knife and kicking upwards. Your lungs about to burst from the lack of oxygen. You surge above the water and heave this child up onto the bank of the river where they lay. Knowing there was more, you double back and dive back under the water, searching desperately for signs of other life. And you see another lavender tiefling farther away, being pulled down in the dark. This one, larger form, also female, possibly the child's mother. Hand, eyes wild, looking around. You see no air escapes her mouth, though she screams out. You see she looks, points, beckons, begs. And you think for a moment, a brief moment, that she has a chance, that she's had the wherewithal to contain her oxygen, but seeing her screaming out, but nothing emerging, you know this isn't the case. And then, certainty sets within you. As you sprint forward, you slow for a second, as you know she is already dying. Looking around, your hunch is confirmed, as you see this is an elder patch of Marid's Grasp, with the insidious ability to take the feathery tendrils that stand off of the ferns and pierce into the skin and into the lungs of their victims, siphoning the air from them, quickening their demise. And you see these thin little tubules entering the flesh of this tiefling as they sort of bubble and weave as the oxygen is pulled from her body. Her wide eyes see yours, see the resignment in them. And then there's a switch in her. She stops thrashing. Her eyes set. There's no volume to it. There's no words in the water, but she just mouths to you. Take care of her. Please. And then you just sort of stand there, unable to do anything as you see her form. Her eyes close forever, and she's dragged below into the depths. Seeing her drag below takes you a moment to remember where you are, to remember you need to breathe too. An interesting sensation from your current point of view. You haven't felt that surge of pain and panic in your chest in quite a long time. It's almost reassuring in a way. It's been a while since you felt that sense of mortality. Swimming back to the surface, sprinting back to this child, you once again surge out and see her laying there on the ground, and with a jolt of dread, you see that her chest is not rising nor is it falling. No breath escapes her lips, though you know that not all is yet lost as you reach into your pouches of various herbs and spices. You pull out a portable mortar and pestle, and you pull out extract of the very same Maird's Grasp, knowing that it has both the potential to kill and to cure, as you begin to grind it into a fine, fine paste, adding water from your dripping clothes as you wring it out over the bowl and mash it into this paste. Scooping some up into your fingers, you draw a line from the base of her lip, down her chin, and across her neck into the ground. And then you wait. Several terrible seconds. For she coughs and splutters, and you see the water rise from her lips and travel along the path of this paste, extracting it with the slight innate elemental power that this plant has. Not here. Why? You see the water drain into the ground, and though her eyes do not open as she is sleeping now, the chest rises and falls, a bit shallow, but breathing. And you can see there is a pulse feeling for it. They sort of lay there. You go and retrieve your cloak, pull it around the child, sort of sit down, staring up at the beautiful starscape above. Under your breath, though you know no one can hear you. As if she were my own. I swear it. And then the memory fades as you return to the real world. And you feel upon these memories of a child you remember. Her name was Meliana. Intense pangs of grief.
Well,
Back in the real world.
that's something to learn.
Back in the real world, your face is covered in tears.
I didn't know he could do that. Neither did I. I bring a hand up to the tears, making sure it's actually there, not like the phantom blood.
There.
And go find a nice rock to sit on.
You feel the key weighing heavy in its pocket.
Speaking of said key, first thing you do with all magical keys, of course, I take it out, think really hard at the key. I try and put it into the air, see if anything happens. But then twist it.
You don't quite get the chance.
No?
As you're focusing at this starlit key, you concentrate on it, on the dark metal and on the speckling stars. You blink, and you're in another landscape again. This vast array of stars, similar to the stars of Lytel, though mixed in with silvers and golds and just almost every color imaginable. This endless landscape of gossamer stars. And you sit on a small chunk of rock floating within, in the center of this massive ringed platform. And you see other you're standing in this center rock, and you see ringed around this great wheel are many ridges in the ground where just some stonework rises up with like a rectangular hole cut in the center of it. They're all empty, save for one. Off behind you, you see one almost door, this fiery red outline coming up from the portal, or the portal's casing. And you see a ethereal lock over where this door is. And there's this familiarity. You've been here before. Many times. And
Like
then there's another.
the wheel?
Yeah, this wheel.
Okay.
And then there's another pang of grief.
Is there an obvious, like, exit to back where I was on my rock? Or is it just, I'm here now?
Looking down, you see on this center rock there is a small keyhole.
I'll put the key in there for now. Twist it open. Unlock it.
The roll. You're like the center one?
Yeah.
Okay. The roll. On your back, holding the key. Would the rest of you be asleep at the moment?
Probably.
Would there be a reason for Corn to notice any noises or something?
No.
Then yeah, we definitely-
No,
There's your head
Quit's
before.
probably sleeping.
Zerzer had refused anyone else to keep watch despite recommendation. And now I'm expecting they to go off somewhere, so probably everyone's asleep.
I'll slip key back in pocket.
There you go.
Lead the watch.
And as you all take a long rest, I think we'll go ahead and take our break here.
Whoa.
And we will return here in about 20 minutes to continue the tale. Thank you for joining
That's
us.
interesting.
See you in a bit.
Bye-bye.
I'm not free! I'm free! Corn is just out of it. Corn is like.
It still calls Corn the.
Welcome back.
We made all the characters'
Yo.
personal tier lists for each other with like comments.
Okay.
Honestly.
So, let me put this.
Why are you taking a picture of the bread?
I'm not a
Oh,
bird.
it's not as good tasting as you would think.
I'm sorry, bread is the best.
Bread is the best.
Whoa.
I did not mean to say best. I'm not gonna lie, that was so unintentional.
The broob.
Chuck, 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 chuck,
No.
chuck.
Guzz.
Guzzle.
Okay, so,
Guzzle that motherfucker.
Bailiff wax people.
Eat the plate.
okay. So, last we left off, the party had drifted off to sleep following various enlightenments and dreams. Or memories. One of the two. But now, as dawn begins to crest and rays of sunshine poke through the trees, splashing down into this forest below, just creating these shining rays of brilliance cutting through the fog that just lies over the expanse of this wild land. You see the waters rushing past. The day is yours.
Alright, let's move.
Oh, wait. Did we want to go to the observatory and go to the top floor?
No.
Observatory?
That is a tempting offer.
What's the observatory?
It's a place where you
It's where we
observe
met
things.
our new best friend.
So if we wanted to look at the stars,
Oh, if you want to look at stars, I can do that. I have this key.
What?
Okay, long story short,
Oh,
I might have had a daughter.
What?
Adoptive?
What?
Not entirely sure. Also, the, kelp in there, extra dangerous. It will suck out your lungs.
Oh.
I don't like that.
So, if I focus on the key, go to like a disc in the sky, and there are doors. One of them, the only one that was really there was like fire. There was also the way back door, but it was in like the center, and it was just kind of a hole.
Daughter?
Apparently.
Zerzer, how are you so calm about this?
Well, I mean, I don't have much. For all I know, they're dead. I don't know when this was.
I don't know if that's. I don't know
I
if
don't
that's
know
a
if
way
that
to
makes
calm
it better.
yourself.
Like,
I
that
don't-
would,
I
that
don't
would make
think that
you
changes
more
this.
worried, I would assume.
I mean, I'm sad they're gone, but it's detached from me. There's not much I can do.
There's no memory attachment.
Well, I mean, there's emotional attachment, like the echoes of it, but I don't know them. There's nothing I can do for them. I just know they're there. It's like having a parent die before you were born.
Except for you were the parent.
Well, it's a metaphor.
right? No, that makes sense.
Yeah, no, I get that.
Like, you grieve the loss, but you don't really have an attachment to them.
You baffle me, Zerzer.
I baffle myself.
And you just remembered this?
Well, I've been remembering it for most of today. The river was very ominous, especially here. The parents got their lungs sucked out
I'm sorry, what?
in that river
What?
by the kelp. I
The
told you
kelp-
that.
The kelp sucks out lungs.
Well, it like goes in and like
At
sucks
night.
out the oxygen.
At night, that's why we have to bottle the ship
Yes.
at night.
What?
Oh,
Yeah.
Melikor did mention something like that.
Oh, do we have to? Okay.
We learned
We
that
met-
from our new friend.
We met Percival's brother, the Baron, who explained that in order to access the Balkan archives, we would most definitely need to gain their trust first, considering there were people who went and ruined the books not that long ago. He suggested that we attend a gala, which is what we're headed to. Apparently, two of the nations are at the brink of war, and if we assist the Balkan in remaining neutral, yes, and not having the trade of knowledge affected, then hopefully they will allow us access.
So,
Oh,
how
Oh, so it's
Also-
ostentatious.
How did the
mascot.
Baron's brother react to, hey man, your brother's not dead?
he was like, I know.
What?
He was like,
Also-
I had a feeling something about if one's still around, the other remains durable. So I think he's happy about it, but he wasn't like
He wasn't like,
shocked, surprised.
he wasn't like, oh, I thought he was dead.
Yeah.
He thought he was just gone.
Quit, that's not how you hold a sword.
I can do whatever the fuck I want.
Quit, your hand is bleeding.
No.
Yeah?
No.
Quit,
That's-
look at your hand.
That's not
Fine.
Wait, quit.
Yeah?
If we take this blood back without telling who it was, you think he could tell?
I mean, I'm not bleeding.
Who?
Oh, he told us that there are going to be people like him at the gala.
Who?
You
But
need
it's
to give
true.
more details.
The
You
guy.
are playing the
We
pronoun
weren't
game here.
there.
I'm not going to play this game with you.
The
We are
guy.
not-
There's too many
we
people
are-
doing
We are not
this.
going to play the pronoun game, Quid.
There's too
Annatar.
many people doing this. Give specifics.
Point to the tower.
The tower is not a
The
person.
tower is not a
The
person.
man in the tower.
There is a man in the tower?
The man in the tower.
Is this the man you
Does
keep
this
saying
man
is
have a
oh so cool?
Yeah,
But why is he oh so cool?
because he's cool.
Unique to
This is amazing.
Does he have a name?
He was cool and smart.
Yeah,
Melikor.
he knew things.
Millicor. Okay.
Issa, you went.
Yeah.
Please.
So you liked him, right?
I mean, I don't know. He seemed creepy as shit, but that's not always bad.
You seemed great.
Can you give details? I don't.
Okay, so super pale skin, like
Uh-huh.
albino and shit.
Okay.
Huh.
Didn't like the light. Real blood kink.
Did you try
I
putting
don't know
some
if that's how
garlic
I
near
put
him?
it, but
Vampire. That's a. I mean, maybe.
Vampires?
I kind of thought
I
they
mean,
were
he was
myth.
very nice though.
I've barely heard of them before besides in myths.
I don't find
I feel like he
vampires
would have
hard to
tried to.
believe
I
at
feel
all.
like he would have tried to eat us.
I mean, no, certainly, like,
Oh yeah, I mean werewolves exist.
it could. Fucking dragons are real. Why not immortal undead things?
Dragons are real?
You are a dragon! You are a scaleborn!
You have no idea what that
Yeah,
is.
no, I'm just.
You look like a dragon!
Eden, you're vaguely
Oh, thank you.
dragon-like. Except, like, man-shaped. But other than that, dragon.
Eden, you're like if dragons walked on two legs.
You're like if a dragon was a man.
We have Snork as well.
Yeah, Snark comes up,
I'm
looks.
Dragons.
aware of this.
Very real.
Thank you,
Are
Snork.
you a dragon, Snark?
Oh god.
Yeah. Yeah.
Can I insight this?
Roll an
Insight
insight check.
check.
Can I have the dice? Can I have the
I got a natural 20 for a total of 27.
hold on, let me roll insight.
I would also
too.
like to insight, out of curiosity. That's a natural one, so he's a dragon.
He's a dragon.
I rolled
I
an
can't
8.
believe this is what I get a nat 20 on.
I rolled an 8.
An 8. Okay, so in that one, he's a dragon. An 8. It's fucking Snork. You have no idea.
Snork, you
Um,
are a thing.
Nev, though. Seems like he doesn't really believe it. Like, he's like, yeah. Yeah, I'm a dragon. I'm a dragon.
If he is really a dragon.
So Snork, you're a dragon?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
I mean, that does explain the flying bits.
Why haven't you used your breath?
It makes sense.
You haven't...
Snark,
Sure.
breathe fire.
Snork, that's just hot breath.
What do green
Well,
dragons
that's
breathe?
kind of
I
what
can
Eden
do.
does.
I think green dragons breathe.
Eden can't breathe fire either. Maybe they both lost the ability at some point.
I can't remember what green dragons breathe.
I mean,
Oh, I
normally,
know.
Acid.
no, black dragons are acid.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Green dragons are
Poison?
poison,
Oh.
but he's not.
It's not a dragon.
Yeah, I don't know.
But he grew wings.
Do the dangerous breath thing.
Snork, how do you have wings, by the way?
I don't know. The dangerous breath thing?
Yes.
And they just
Okay.
they disappear completely?
What?
The wings.
The wings, yeah, they're not out right now.
No, I was asking Snork.
Do that dangerous breath thing. I want to see it.
Okay.
So he pulls out this like canteen of something.
I don't think this is how it.
Duck! And I duck!
The move.
Then he pulls out like
That's why
his
I pull out
mouth,
Corn's shield.
his mouth full of this like a very
You still
like
have.
I do have still.
his mouth full of this clear liquid. Then he takes out a little like tinderbox and strikes a match on
What
this
is
little
he going to do?
piece.
He's
And
doing
he
a
blows like pure alcohol through his mouth through this torch to create a makeshift flamethrower.
At anyone specifically?
I'm laying on the ground currently.
No, just kind of into the trees.
Don't start a forest
Yeah.
fire.
Wait,
We
Snork!
gotta
A
fucking
forest
move.
fire.
Snork, we gotta go. Wait, is Mercy
Aiden's
still on
taking
the other
all the
side?
notes.
I
No,
was
Mercy,
gonna check.
but now make a perception check. As far as you last
Can I
seen, Mercy
perception
bounded
Mercy?
off. Yes.
That's a 24.
24, okay.
I rolled a nat 20 and a 17. Stop calling me cursed.
Perception
Very
20.
good, very good.
You're looking
You
around.
fix your dice now.
You see no sign of him. But over about a foot behind the head of Quid's bedroll, one very large footprint and one much smaller footprint.
Quid.
Yeah.
Just gonna point. It's a cryptid.
I wonder why. I wonder why he didn't stomp me.
Well, are you still suffering?
Do I feel happier?
They're about the same.
Alright. No, I'm still sad.
Oh.
Well, maybe he was gonna. Maybe he provided you mercy.
Maybe. I don't know what he would have done.
Even true to his name.
Are
Can
we
I, like,
ready to head out?
can I just check around all my shit, make sure it's still there and not fucked with
Where did
all?
the tracks go?
Sort of drags off into the river.
They just come from the river to his bedroll? Do they end there?
No, it goes from the bedroll to the river.
Did they
He
start anywhere?
spawned from me?
He is
Make
the
an
embodiment
investigation
of
check.
your suffering.
Quid's
Nat
the
20.
Physical
You
manifestation of
see,
Quid's-
as you glance
Then
around,
that's a lot.
looking up, there are broken branches and
Oh, great.
bent limbs.
It climbs.
As it seems it climbed across and then landed here.
Guys, it climbed. I'm gonna point at all the tree branches that are broken.
You haven't even met
You don't
Mercy.
even know who Mercy is.
All I heard was
A new friend of ours. Anyways,
Darn.
let's get on that
Wait.
boat.
You have a very
also
loose
see-
Did it look like it
definition
was
of friend.
dragging something or bringing anything along with it
It's
on its
flimsy
tracks?
arm behind it, just into the river.
So it looks like it was dragging something. Was it always dragging something?
Well,
Arm.
its
An
arm
arm.
is very long.
It's long arm.
Like 10 foot long, feet longer
It's
than
whip
the
arm.
person who is already
Uh,
20 feet tall.
Can
think
I
it goes
go
up
to the
to
river
100
and
feet.
look
At least.
into
Oh,
the
yeah,
river?
really. Yeah.
Peering into the river.
Be careful. I'd
Oh,
rather you
there's
not lose
so
your
many
lungs.
things that want to kill us in one day.
The large eye opens and stares at you.
Guys! I'm gonna run away from the river!
Oh, Mercy, you're here.
There is something in the water!
I think it's time to get the fuck out of here.
I don't. Wait! There is a giant eyeball in the water. Maybe we don't put our boat on top of it.
Mercy, why are you in the river?
No response.
Mercy, come on.
He can't hear me. He's in the water.
He heard me perfectly
Can I
fine
throw a
before, and he was
pebble
like
into
200
the
feet away.
water?
He's in the water. The water changes it.
So maybe we move up river before we get onto the river, just a bit.
Yeah.
Can I, like, walk slightly up and see if he follows?
Almost like when, like a fish near the surface swims back down, the water displaces and like something moves downstream. You guys are traveling upstream.
Can we get going? I really want to get.
Okay.
Yeah, let's fucking.
I really want to get to civilization.
Holds the bottle back, throws it into the air, goes, pulls out her gun, shoots the bottle as it explodes, shattering, and the boat lands down into this river. As she holds out her hand and the shards collect into the bottle, she stops it and puts it back.
I appreciate the flare. That does feel like a waste of ammunition.
That's not a problem.
Oh, okay.
Can you do that with specifically that boat, or could you like do it to a tree or something?
It's the boat. They're late. I think.
Question.
Can you shrink other things? Like if you
Wait.
smack
No.
Zarzer with the bottle.
The bottle's enchantment only works for that boat.
So Issa,
Hmm?
what if the boat gets damaged and we replace it with like, per se, a twig? Like, put a piece of the ship back together with a twig while it's small. When it gets
So
bigger,
what
would
if
that be a
over
giant
time the
twig?
ship gets really damaged and we have to
Okay, we're
replace
not- this is
slowly
not the
every
ship
plank has to be
Theseus.
replaced?
No, but
Would it still work?
Issa, would
How
would
about we
that
get
stick
on-
become
That's
big
an
mode?
Is it really the same
Alright, let's get on the boat.
Issa, would
Let's
the,
go
would
on
the
the
ship, would the twig become big mode?
No, it would go back to its size before.
How about we get on the ship?
Yeah, let's. Especially because it's currents
What about them?
to the ship.
Okay.
Yusu goes and walks up the gangplank that was previously out. Though it is
Follow.
slowly shifting down because of currents.
Yeah, I'll follow.
Let's get on that fucking boat.
Scramble up the plank and onto the boat.
Question, why are we not flying the boat?
We can't.
Don't work.
Doesn't work up here.
Doesn't work in Lighthouse.
Okay.
I mean, I can try. Grabs the lever.
No.
Ah!
Oh, no.
You just hear. As the engines try to fire up and then just can't get enough energy, it sounds like, and they fizzle out.
Ugh. Well,
By
I-
sail! Yanks a cord and the sails unfurl.
would it be helpful if I,
Did I
blew a lot of
read my
air on the
investigation
sails
wrong?
just to move us a bit faster?
What do you mean?
I thought I read a 20 off of
What
Sure.
was that?
it. Was it a 20?
I didn't look.
Oh,
It was a 20.
okay.
I mean, blowing wind in the sails could be helpful depending on, how much wind?
A pretty strong wind, though only for a minute every time I do
Strong
it.
wind is bad up here.
Oh yeah.
Big boy wind equal bad. No big boy wind.
Okay, but that's me big wind, not something
I
else.
don't know if
big
it'll
wind.
like summon the beast of the wind or something. I
All
don't know.
big wind bad.
I think you should try it.
I
No.
Oh,
I
Okay,
feel
well
like
that
it's the other
sounds
way. I
bad.
feel like
Because
the
when
beast
Lisa
of
wants
the
us to
wind
try
beast
shit, it
summons
usually
the
means
wind.
she
I don't think
is
it's the other
excited
way
for
around.
us to get hurt.
That's true.
Not always, but usually.
Mischief.
Yeah.
Not like death.
Issa, you
Well,
concern me on a daily basis.
Taps her out.
Okay,
Right.
let's schmove.
I really want to get to safety. Peaceful.
Let's get through these next 6 days of boat.
Is it 6 days?
I
It
will-
was a week travel, I think, by foot, and it was like half that if we're going by boat.
Oh, app.
Let's get these days done.
Yay.
If we need a boost, I will occasionally get to an elevated position where I'll just kind of pull out my fans, start dancing, and blowing wind into the sails.
Okay. That will speed up your progress a bit. The next couple days pass as you travel forward on this river, stopping when night falls to camp. The second night passes.
We're probably keeping an eye out for things, right?
Make a perception check if you'd like to.
We had a mercy sighting so far.
Perception.
18.
12.
No signs of mercy.
14.
No.
Is Mercy the Grim Reaper?
No signs of any other civilization or anything along this river. The fourth day, you do pass a small little like merchant sloop flowing the other way down the river. Just
Do they look like Zarzar?
Hello. I do like the boat wave.
Like when
I'll
people are
peek
about
over the
to
top
set
and
off,
also wave.
like when people are about to set off on a cruise ship. And
Yeah.
everyone's-
Hello.
Oh, no.
a moment passes. Wait! Shit, that's Sarza! Captain!
That is my name. You know me. This is
Oh
great.
shit!
That could be really good or really bad.
Anchor down! Anchor down now!
They sound excited. I don't
How
think
do you
this
know
is bad.
Zarzar? Why?
Yes, how do you know me?
In a good way or a bad way?
What? You see this, very confused looking sailor, Lytelian star-touched, just with the loose cotton flowing tunics and the sash around the belt line and pants, is like pushed aside as he stutters by this captain wearing a fine dark navy blue outfit, fairly plain. There's some silver trims around the side, like silver buttons. Is
my family prepared to die?
do you have 6 fingers? Is wearing a pendant to Luraden. Hail, my lord.
What? I have been through a rough month.
I'm sorry to hear that, sir.
Who the hell am I?
I'm afraid I don't. Is this some kind of test, sir?
He died.
I mean,
Amnesia.
if you want it to be, I've been to hell.
Literally.
Yes, I went to Avernus.
Literally.
And now I'm back, and I do not remember anything. Also, is Zaza my... which part of my name is Zaza?
With all due... with all due respect, sir, could you clarify the situation a bit for me?
Okay, so, I know I used to be here, and then apparently I went down, got shanked, died, spent a few lifetimes in hell, apparently it was about 3 days, came back, went around, fought some guy, now we're here, we're going to the ball, because we're trying to get to the trying to get to the Balkan. I don't know who the hell I am. Apparently you do. Could we, relay information?
I get a persuasion check.
Can I help Zarzar?
We have
Can I
been
help
kind of-
Zarzar?
We have also been kind of commenting. So
Yeah, I say with advantage from your team helping you.
That good.
Yeah,
Well, so he has no idea where he.
That's worse.
Okay, that's a
You
10.
should have rolled with a different die.
I
That's your
really-
fault.
Yeah,
That's your fault.
Honestly.
That's
Honestly,
Do
yeah.
you need the jail?
Yeah.
It doesn't light up anymore.
It's fine.
why'd you kill it?
It was
Please.
left on.
I don't know what I've done.
You've done nothing wrong. You're just the first person I've met who actually knows who I am.
He's been going around asking people. Sincerely.
How much is he paying you?
Nothing.
He has no money. I checked.
I have
I
7
would've
gold.
taken.
I can.
He's paid for me, actually.
Yes, I bought him a lot of pastries.
That's
A
true.
lot of pastries.
We met him after.
I appreciate.
We met him.
I
We
can
met him
give
after
you
he died.
money.
I mean, look at him.
He's
he's-
had.
Look at his knuckles. They're just bones.
I pull aside my shirt. This isn't usually what happens to people, from what I've been told.
I
I can.
okay, I see. I understand now, sir. I'm sorry. We will compensate you for your damages immediately. Crewman,
What?
grab the cargo.
I can just pay you to tell me who I am.
No.
You
it's
can
fine.
keep the cargo.
Really, no trouble else.
I'm gonna put my weapon on and go, buddy, we don't want your shit. We just want to
We
know
really don't want your
answers.
cargo.
Can I insight
Can you
roll
just
to
tell us who
intimidate?
he is?
Yeah,
to figure
Can I-
out for
can I roll
sure
to
is this
intimidate?
fear?
Can I roll to intimidate?
I'm trying to figure out whether
Hold
this
on.
guy's scared. Insight.
He
Interject and say,
clearly
I do
seems
want your
very
shit.
rattled without the
Yeah.
inside, but with the inside,
18.
he is fucking terrified of Zarzar.
Could I try to intimidate?
And it doesn't seem like he believes this story. From what you can gather, it seems like he thinks this is some kind of elaborate intimidation tactic.
Then can I try to intimidate to convince him otherwise?
Well, I haven't.
Look.
This could be useful, actually.
You don't know that, but
Give us your shit.
Can I-
All of it.
Would you prefer I speak to you in confidence?
no. Whatever you have to say, you can say here.
You can keep your cargo.
No, we would like that.
We do?
Eden!
Don't
I
listen
would,
to
I
Eden.
would like their shit, to be honest.
Oh my god!
You can keep your cargo.
See?
I
He
just
said no,
want.
no.
He's not going to hurt you.
That's.
I
just
don't know
want-
what happened in the past. Consider
He's
this
not
a
going to hurt you
different person.
directly, but we can hurt you
Make
for
a
him.
persuasion check. It would be with disadvantage, but they're helping you.
Persuasion? I think this is the first time Reston would use that. 21. How?
You see, like, a bit of color return to the captain's face. It says, so you're not after our earnings?
No?
You're not going to kill our families?
I don't plan on
Has he
killing
done that?
family. Have I done this in the past?
Not to me, but I've heard stories.
Damn, Zarzer, that's fucking rude.
I know.
Zarza, you're not supposed to do that to
Zarzer,
people.
that's
He
super rude.
sincerely
Bad
does
Zarzer.
not know
Spray,
much
spray
about
bottle.
Can you let
Does me scolding Zarzer tell them anything else?
Yeah, we have
Just
all
like-
been talking to Sarser.
just like basic information? I don't need a lot. I'm apparently going to the City of Sales. I can probably ask better there. I know you're obviously doing something. Just like basic information. Who the hell am I?
You were, on travels, for undisclosed reasons, down to Corda. You were one of the most prominent, some say the most prominent, leaders of the Unalyned Confederation.
What is that?
Unalyned Confederation.
Is that the people they're going to war with?
That is,
Oh, yes, it is.
Cheney is weirdly excited about that fact.
My note taking's paying off. That's the country that they might be going to war with.
if you don't remember, Unalyned does not have any kind of king or... It's ruled by
A senate.
the noble merchants.
Oh.
You were the closest to a king that we've ever had. And not a benevolent one.
Tyrannical.
Zarzer.
You know what might help him remember things? Giving him some of your stuff.
No,
Not all
keep
of
your
it, just
stuff.
some. I think it would help.
Don't
it would help.
give us any of your stuff.
We're going to.
I'm gonna put my hand over Eden's mouth.
A tyranny implies that it was about the control, or but no, he had an obsession with magical power, and
Oh.
I don't know,
Zarzer, why are you obsessed with magical power?
dark things.
You don't even do magic.
Zarzer, you just punch people.
You're just Mr. Punch, but sometimes your punches are magic.
Zarzer, you're left, then you're right.
I don't know. I don't know the specifics. Just he
One-
was into some dark magic. I
Like
don't know what end, but he was obsessed with it.
Void-like?
I don't know.
Last question before you go. Did I have a daughter?
I've heard that you used to.
Okay. Are they
Oh.
alive? Are they dead? Do you know what the rumors were?
I've never seen her. Rumors abounded. Either that she had died tragically, you had killed her, or
What, Raggy?
assassination. You made many enemies. I don't know the specifics. I don't even know if she was real.
Okay. Well, I can tell you she was real. Thank you so much. Have a nice day.
Should we discuss? Would you recommend we keep his identity and his appearance under wraps?
We are going to like a diplomatic ball, so I have a feeling that might cause disturbance there.
It might be helpful, honestly.
Yes, here's the
our
thing.
goal is the opposite.
Marinus.
But he can be like, no, I don't want war.
Who's that?
You.
Oh,
Marinus Sarzer. Lord Marinus Sarzer.
Oh,
so Zaz is my last name. Interesting.
but you already have a last. Do you have two last names
So
now?
gave you-
I can like reorder.
Do you know his full name?
Marinosaurus Crinkleback by chance?
I don't know. I don't know if he has any more names besides that. But this face is not one that Lytel knows. Only the downtrodden of Unalyned are aware
Okay, so that's why the Baron didn't come.
Of-
Wait a minute. Okay.
your tendencies. To the rest of the world, you are an excellent diplomat, a charismatic leader, and a friend to all. Anyone that would speak out against it was publicly discredited, shamed, and executed.
So wait, does that mean
Jeez.
Sarzer was going to war against himself?
What?
Because there's two groups of people who are going to war against each other,
Yes.
and you were the leader of both?
No,
No.
no
Then
one
no,
I
said
think he was
that.
only
Right.
the leader of one of them.
No, but he was the leader of the
We're gonna.
the bad
No.
leader
The
for now.
Unalyneds.
Oh, okay.
Bad. We're not bad.
Not bad.
Not bad.
No.
The villains.
No.
The
It
devils.
sounds like maybe your leadership was a bit
I feel
iffy.
like I was the villain. If anything.
You can tell him he's correct. It's fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. That is.
Also, what would it take for you guys to not say Zarzar's back?
You can tell people I'm back. I don't care.
No.
I
not
don't know that that's a good idea.
Yeah, no, Zarzar, we want to keep this.
Why?
Because someone tried to kill you.
Well, yes, but I.
Someone
they,
did kill you.
Yes,
Yeah,
they
someone
definitely
did.
succeeded.
Do you want to have people be connecting you to a person you are not anymore? Or do you feel that you are owed them
Well,
that revenge, I suppose, or that opportunity for such? Even though you have no recollection of any of
Alright, you can go be a good king now.
it has been, for me at least, far too long for me to still want revenge.
No, I mean for
I-
other people to want revenge on you.
Oh. Well, that's up to them.
But do you want them to have that opportunity?
I don't know who I was. I just know I wasn't the best person.
Evidently.
Well, it's only been a few months, hasn't it?
Yes. I
So
suppose you
if
think-
somebody wants you dead, they probably still will want you dead.
That's
Well-
what I've been saying.
Yes, however, I was buried.
In
Intel
Corda.
most likely got back that I died.
Exactly,
were
which is
killed-
why we should not tell people that you're back.
And also you were killed down in Verndale. We don't know how well Lytel would have heard.
We were not aware.
The mercenaries were definitely aware, although I don't know if they got out in time.
But the people who killed you.
Did we kill the people that killed you?
No, they got killed by the, Chimera.
Chimera.
Yeah.
Well, this is all very fascinating, but I have cargo to do.
Yes.
Thank you.
Out of curiosity, what are you delivering?
guess, silks, fabrics, some platinum.
Any fancy outfits?
No, we.
Silks and fabrics is kind of something we need right now. Where are
But-
you
but
taking
as
these?
clothes.
But as I can make clothes. Where
In
are you
that
taking
amount
them
of
to?
time?
Um,
Well,
Yeah, there's a little bit of time.
we're shipping out to, well, all sorts of places, but this is bound for Aiden.
Okay.
Alright, thank you very much. You all have a lovely day.
Okay.
You're not, you would not be part of the grudge-holding parties, would you?
I'm just glad that you didn't kill me, and you don't seem like you. I don't know if that Marin is still this person. You seem different.
There's a good chance.
I'm still afraid that this is an act and you're going to come after my family, but
I don't even know who you are, honestly.
cool.
if
Good.
you'd prefer to not give us
Although, if we give your blood over to a
Okay.
very fun person, we will
I
know
like
who you
man,
are,
I
and
like
maybe
names.
even where to find you.
Alright, go on. You have cargo to deliver. Go do that.
Yeah, okay.
Thank you.
Goodbye.
Right.
Okay, so
Yikes.
Zarzer,
Yes.
do you still want to be called
Same.
Zarzer or Marin?
Zaza, currently.
Alrighty.
Do you think we should look into hiding your features in some way for the gala?
No.
No, actually, well,
The
they-
whole gala is
I
meant to be
mean-
a front for peace talks
Killing-
between Unalyned and Norland.
Exactly.
Also, there are cultists
so
there.
having the
And
leader
the
or
cultist.
having the
Because they're there.
wait,
The
Nev,
cultists?
no. But having the most influential, most powerful person there would definitely assist in being like, hey, we shouldn't fight.
Also, they wouldn't kill me in that public of a space.
True. And
If Zarza shows up
and
is
Zarza
like,
also
hey,
has an
we should
entire
not fight,
yeah.
then I think we could maybe fully stop the war.
Yeah, and Zarzer also is surrounded by a load of powerful people.
Apparently.
So
And me.
you're powerful, Eden.
We just categorized you. Why are you uncategorizing yourself?
Eden, stay in your category, pretty please.
Ian, stay where you are.
I thought
Put
that's
your
what I was
hands in
doing.
the air.
And we also have those two, and I point to Donkey and Snork. I can't tell what you are still, Snork.
They're a dragon. They just said it.
Stark!
Snork's not a dragon.
That's me. I'm Stark.
I don't know what donkey is. He's a donkey, but
He's a donkey of sorts.
kind of.
This is my point.
We can fully stop the war, I think.
Yeah. Especially because we have this boon. As long as... I mean, there's not really any roles
Why
to
are you
take
tapping
over
my
because
ass?
Zarzer would still be the most powerful. So if Zarzer just kind of came back, it would have just been like, oh yeah, I was on hiatus. The rumors of my death were
He
greatly
was away on
exaggerated.
business.
I mean, Isa speaks up. You weren't even, sounds like, gone that long?
No. I mean,
He was
I
away
was
on
dead for
business
3
for a bit
days.
and then brought back
Right. So,
a bunch of really strong-looking individuals.
For us, it was.
So,
who are these really strong women?
that one there, I want to eat.
I think it means us.
we're very powerful.
We got that
Huh?
fucking thing. Pointing to Center Fang.
Shoot.
Yeah, no, we have a lot of defense. I think we keep Zarzer safe and we just keep him normal.
We don't know how much weaponry and whatnot we could bring into the gala. I don't
Well,
know what
I
that
mean-
might
Just
look
gonna
like.
bring all that
Zarzer's
shit.
good at
Well,
throwing
but considering
hands.
it's peace talks, I don't know if they're gonna
I
be
mean, I
strict
can-
about it.
Worst comes to worst, I can just make a sword.
Zarza, you got like secret pocket shit. We could sew all of that into our clothes.
Weapons into our clothes. I
I
don't
don't know if
think.
the pockets would be big enough. They have to be
well,
like
not
on
like-
Again,
seams.
I hold up my 5-foot Konobo.
Walking
I don't
stick.
think this is gonna fit.
Walking stick.
With giant deadly
I'll-
spikes?
I will make you.
Fun
It's a very
walking stick.
extravagant
I'll make you a
party.
cape that has a pouch in it that you can yank that thing out of.
I don't need anything.
Okay, honestly, I can
You need
fight.
your.
I can
My-
fight
my
bare
symbol?
hands.
Yeah.
I can
That's gonna
fight.
make
I
it
can
bad.
fight.
I
with
can
bare
also
hands.
throw hands, but I can also just summon weapons because I'm
So-
built alternatively better.
So what if we just bare hands it if we need to? Actually, that's a future thing. So let's
I
get
can't
there
punch.
first.
No.
Nev, don't worry.
Never you do magic, it's fine.
You'll magic your way
You'll
out
need
of
to
it.
bring Aiden's staff in though.
I
Eden
forgot
could just
to
be an
do
old
that.
man. It's fine.
I've got the
I'm
Aiden.
actually very good at being an old man.
Aiden, do an old man impression.
Do I have this guy stuff? Sure. He will grab a clump of just grayish like moss or like brush, pull up his hood, like take off his head, pull up his hood, put the gray moss where his face is, so it just looks like the edges, like the puffy beard, and he crouches down on the ground holding his staff.
But you don't grow hair.
I think that works perfectly.
Zarza, you
Hey,
don't
no
have
one-
hair.
No one knows if he grows hair or not. No
Not
one knows who he is.
Zarza. Eden. Oh my God.
I don't think Zarzer grows hair either.
Zarza, you're dead. You don't grow hair
Zarzer
right
has
now.
hair.
I have
Yeah, but he
It has
hasn't
hair, but
grown
I don't think
any.
it grows.
I never
Like
really
my hair's
checked
grown
it.
like an inch over this whole experience. Zarzer has not grown at all.
Not much of me is
I
changing.
mean, I grew some hair for a bit too.
That did happen.
So I mean, Eden could grow hair.
Not much of my person has changed in the last month. I think that might have to do with the whole dead thing.
You got your bones out
yeah.
now.
Yeah, he'd be rattling.
I think that's a pretty significant change from not having your bones out to having your bones out.
Yeah, no, there's.
Should we do like gloves and a high collar thing?
Yeah, no, Zarzar's
I
gonna
don't
be.
think there's going to be much hiding the fact that I'm very different. I'm fairly sure I wasn't gray.
I mean, I don't think anyone's gonna question you, to be honest.
Hey guys, I'm back. I'm not gray. You're just colorblind.
We can just gaslight the entire gala. It'll be fine.
Well, I mean, it seemed like the merchant thought that this was an elaborate gaslighting thing, so maybe that was your shtick.
Maybe you're pulling a prank on everyone.
Exactly. Yeah.
He's just a fun little guy. All right, let's
To
let's get to
town.
the town, I guess.
Yeah.
Let's go town style.
So, as the next days pass rather uneventfully. Not sure if it's the same one or a different one, but another large shadow cast by a giant bird flies overhead.
Oh my God.
Looking up at it, seems like a different one.
It's a
Another rock.
no, it's a core this time. Backwards rock.
It's going the other direction.
Flies backwards.
The rock's flying backwards.
It's moonwalking.
You're like beep beep.
It's a deafening beeping sound.
You look like you're about to slap Aiden and I.
Eventually, you begin to see much wider open light ahead of you as the forest begins to thin and then recede as the land opens up into these wide green rolling plains, occasionally broken by jutting rocks. There's like gray miniature like cliff things almost. As the river continues to flow back and you push through it, and you see, looking up in the northeast direction, this vast array of clouds shifting in and out, partially obscuring this immense structure you can see floating in the sky. Details are slim at this distance, but you see innumerable, immense white colored sails, some pure white, some multicolored, designed like mosaics, flapping in the wind in this veritable whirlwind that surrounds this massive city, the city of sails. You can see they're all picking up wind from different directions and lifting it upwards with this wind, the clouds moving incredibly quickly with this unnaturally high turbulence in the sky. and you see various large balloon-like things moving back and forth from this great city, as well as some. It's like an airship, like a sort of like a boat-like thing hanging underneath a massive, elongated balloon. Blimps moving, less of those, mostly balloons, moving up and down like traffic between this great city of sails floating in the sky and this smaller town you can see on the plains, built somewhat vertically, like a rising mound that starts out small and then the buildings become multi-leveled and more fantastic and decorated as it begins to become larger and larger. Some mansions and large inns and hotels all building up around this set of spires, like a keep in the center of the city that has spires going upwards, and you can see where balloons are landing and hovering near these large circular spires. You have arrived at the City of Sails, or the approach to it.
That was the temple we're in, and then we need to get up to the City of Sails.
Yes, the town is temple.
Do we want to
Or
explore
we
it
just-
here?
I might be able to use my rank to get us passage up.
I was gonna ask, do we want to explore here or just get going upward?
I kind of vote we just move up.
Probably best to get from the city of sails fairly quickly.
So we can get
We've still got
proper
like
dress.
a week-ish until.
Yeah.
Well, it's good to get situated.
Yeah.
In case we need to make an escape.
Oh,
Get, like,
we
an inn
have
or
to
something?
figure out lodging.
Also, maybe get Zarzer more well known to be back and, you know.
Well, if the leader of the country that you're currently having a ball with were to suddenly appear and be like, hey, I need lodging, they might be more willing to lodge.
Yeah. We could also have more private peace talks if we wanted to have.
Or we might be able to find one of the archivists in order to establish that contact.
Mm. The question is, do we want people to know I died?
No. No.
No.
Probably not.
That would cause panic
Adios.
and could go very wrong.
I see. You can probably throw that pretty well. Well, why don't we go to one of the lifts, I guess?
Alright.
The balloons.
Everyone off, as usual?
Great.
Issa, then.
I don't want to be back inside this thing again.
Then.
Oh, how
He
was that
rocks
experience?
Ah! Ow!
Well, no, you fall into the water.
Oh.
You see Corn begin to bob and float downstream a bit. You're
Apple
able
of your
to.
lung.
Acorn.
Corn just floating down the river like.
You're pretty easily able to swim to.
I hope he gets abducted by the demons again.
The devil.
No!
No.
Oh no!
The devils are
No!
no! Time. We don't know about the second.
Not again! Oh no, not again!
Help! It's again. But Issa takes a running start, runs and jumps off the edge of the boat to clear and land on the thing. As she does, takes the bottle, uncorks it, and slams it down on the boat as she does, going
Are
behind
we
her.
off the ship?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
You're all like jumping off as she's doing this. It's a bit close, but landing down as
I feel
the-
all of us realized what she was doing as she started running. And we all just, wow, shit!
pretty much the glass shattering behind her, sucking back into the bottle. She corks it and puts it down, landing, putting it away. I love doing that.
I can tell.
That's fair.
You gotta find a new way to do it every time.
Of course. You should do like
I
a
get out of the water, I'm like. walking and like squelching. Fuck you.
You have a
Corn
little down there.
squelches when he walks.
I do.
It's a very wet
Now,
lizard.
would it be fun?
Whoa, it's a desert! Tries to push you out.
Corn just stands there.
Make an athletics check.
Oh.
Fuck.
Athletics?
Uh-huh.
16?
Yeah, no, she's...
Can I, hold on.
Oh, no.
As Issa's doing it, can I grab her hands and, like, throw her around?
No!
Yeah, with that athletics check, yeah, just...
Oh dear.
Can I try to,
That's
like...
the drowning.
Could I try to...
That's the
Would
drowning
raging, like...
Why would you
dry
use a
myself?
rage?
Well, I don't need to fight
Dry
today!
yourself- No, you can just kind of
Okay.
channel your inner fire.
I can do that out
Yeah.
of extra planar place, though? Or I can kind of
Yes,
just
you can,
become
like-
slightly warm?
Yeah.
Okay.
Doesn't have any mechanical benefit.
Oh, yeah, no, it doesn't have a mechanical, but it's flavor!
Yeah, just...
Spicy flavor.
How far is Issa from
Tasty.
getting out of the water?
Issa sort of, like, swims over.
Just gonna offer a hand if she wants it.
Cord is 100% on his knees, like...
Fair enough.
Well, now that we've all had our fun, let's go to this town and tell people that Zarzar is alive, and I guess
Do we-
pretend that he's still evil for now.
Oh,
I
do
don't
we
even
have
I don't think we even have to
Alive.
announce that he's alive because no one would assume he's dead.
That's true.
Just say he's back.
Yes, I've come
Do
back.
we have to announce it, or can we just exist and let people make assumptions?
Let's figure it out.
Yes,
Yeah.
let
Just let him figure it
let
out.
the rumors
Mm,
tell for me. That way I can dismiss anything I don't like.
that's
Seems
fair.
I picked the story I like the most.
Oh, I forgot I had an extra attack.
Oh, neat.
I never wrote that down.
Alright, so... Making your way towards...
We're going to Hindenburg.
Different-
No!
Corn breathes.
Well,
Snork finally gets his breath to work. It's like
Snorkenheimer.
it's like Snork's like, guys, watch this, and then it like smash cuts to like far away of the blood just going.
Yeah, just...
like popcorn.
And the entire town is
the entire city of sales.
Go full Mortal Engines.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Making your way towards Temperin. It starts out just these like large sprawling farms that you have to make your way through, these like dirt path roads, just packed dirt. There's various carriages, and as you're getting in, there's like light chatter among some other travelers who are also coming in from all different directions, and some like gossiping from the various Lytelian farmers, sort of working in their field or leaning on a fence, like watching all the travelers roll in.
See the regal wave.
I'm definitely gonna be acting like Zarzar's guard.
You
yeah,
definitely
I
see-
think just anyone who looks at Zarzar is just getting like a mean look from Quinn over Zarzar's
Yeah,
shoulder.
yeah, same with Corn. Everyone's just gonna go.
Not a fair amount of them are like they don't really clock it. Some of them are like a. You see, yeah, just very surprisingly for like farmers, fairly like well executed bows or like curtsies to some extent. Seems like they deal with finery more than average farm going people would.
This feels weird.
This being like a.
This does feel weird, but I'm having a good time, so it doesn't matter.
Huh, this feels pretty normal to me.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
All right, loyalty. All right, we're traveling with two royals and a guy from a cave.
We got two royals,
Boxes.
guy from a cave, the chosen one, and the other chosen one. These are
No,
like
we don't all know that in character.
Making your way into
No, I'm saying that out of character.
Okay.
the town itself, the buildings begin to build up a bit more and become more densely packed. The roads turn to cobblestones, and like stone railings over a river, like a much smaller river just running through. You begin to alleyways begin to crop up, curving off between the buildings. You see shop fronts, all sorts of like tourist location things, like all the local cuisines, restaurants, plenty of inns. A few fashion places for those aspiring to get their looks together for the ball, as well as the main road that approaches the keep with its gate held high up open.
I'll get that in a minute.
And you see a large flow of people as you hear like the chattering buzz of like electric excitement in the weeks coming up to this ball. It's like it's a front though it is. It seems like it is definitely a chance for all the common folk to sort of gather and de-stress for the coming conflict potentially. And you hear all the excited chatter coming in from every direction, and the clink of coin in the marketplace as it flows incredibly freely in this tourist location. And just all the ambient sounds of a city just fills your ears. It's vaguely familiar to you, Zarzer. Also very familiar to Korn.
It's feeling, not the same place, though.
Not the
right?
same place, just the having been in
Yeah.
similar places like that. But as you enter,
Sing me a song.
Sing me a song, piano man.
you have made it to the main thoroughfare of Temporum, and making your way, I think, to the main elevators, or the main thoroughfare you said. Entering this wide keep, you see it set up almost as like a fair. The courtyard of this keep with places for children to like, paint their faces, all sorts of various games, a jester standing on this large, exuberantly painted target with people throwing rocks at a target to dunk him into this tank of water below.
Can I go do that?
Yeah, can I go do that too?
Because Quid is exceptionally good at throwing shit.
Okay, so you go up, you get a better view of the actual dunk tank itself. There are 3 of these jesters and 3 targets. And it's mostly kids. Every now and then a parent will like chuck a stone to trying to hit the targets, and occasionally they will hit the target, and one of them, like there's 3 different targets you hit that dunks each platform. But the jesters are continually like doing acrobatic flips both back between and like balancing on each other's arms, like pyramids, doing all sorts of these stunts as the things are being hailed by a barrage of rocks, and the platforms are and every now and then one of them will get knocked in if they're unable to flip out of the way in time, and it sends usually at least 2 tumbling down into the water in the middle of some acrobatic act. And then there's a brief resetting period for it all to start again. And you can see like a ticket collector taking coin for each set of throws.
Mm-hmm. Well, how much coin? Exactly.
Asking for 3 bits.
That's a bit. I have this cartoon money bag.
Don't spend all our money. We need clothes.
That's true. What's a bit?
Are you asking to take mattresses?
Yeah.
It's this like very flamboyantly dressed person with like a flaring color that goes up high above his head in these like bright red and blue colors.
Is Zarzar with us?
It's like
I haven't left yet.
it like goes out like this.
If you were a wealthy businessman, would you have a bank account?
So, do you have a shit ton of money we can borrow?
Yeah,
That's a
Zarzar.
great question.
Zarzar, can we go?
Backstory solved.
Can we go check for that?
Is there a central bank anywhere near here?
You don't know.
I feel like I'm gonna do
Excuse me, Ticketmaster.
Yes.
Do you happen
And
to
his
know?
collar is about here.
Bro is best genus.
Do you happen to know where like a central bank might be?
Well, it's open in the front. It's like the sweeping
Okay.
back.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
still.
I'm imagining him like.
With a what?
Like a central bank might be?
A bank.
Botanicals.
Well, of course there would be banks. What do you think we are, barbaric? But I'm not a bank. I collect money. Would you like to play? Have a shot at
No,
just-
but where is a
I would
bank?
Where
Really
is
like to
the
play.
bank that is here?
That
I
would
please
be
play?
few up in the... You'd like to play? There'd be 3 bits.
I don't know what a bit is, but that sounds lovely.
Sort of like leans. Ah, a foreigner, okay. A bit translates to 1 of your gold.
Okay, I'll handle it. I'll hand.
What?
I hand this person a gold.
You was given 3.
I thought that the circs were gold. I'm confused now.
I
Wait,
just handed this person
Yeah,
a gold.
sex were.
Wait, hold on. Can I insight?
Roll insight.
Can I take one of your dice?
Go for it.
I thought a circ was one of our gold.
9.
Yeah, that's
9.
what-
9.
That's what the Baron said. Yeah, no, we're getting lied to.
Wait, hold on.
I immediately know that we're getting lied to.
I don't know this.
Yeah,
Fuck.
you weren't there.
Alright,
I
you
don't
weren't
know.
there. That's a bit is. I thought.
I
Wait.
pulled my hand back.
Very well.
Is a bit
A
of
circ-
silver or a copper?
Forgive me, I must have misspoken. A bit is, I believe, 1 of your silvers.
Insight.
I'm gonna also insight. Or can I just help?
I'm
Knife?
gonna. Yeah. Can I?
I don't need it.
Okay.
25.
Yeah, it seems like that is the correct.
A silver.
So,
3 silver.
to partake in our fine game.
Okay, so
Oh.
I think
1 bit. 3 bits is 1 silver.
No, 3 bits is 3 silver.
Do you
So
guess?
1 bit is 1 silver. So
Yeah.
that means 1 gold coin would be 10 bits, or is it? I forget.
You're using. Okay.
I'm
you
not used to
paying?
gold coins because I'm lower again.
So 1 gold is
Circ is a
10
gold.
silver.
Yeah. Okay.
Bit
It is
is a
10. It's not
silver.
100.
1 gold would be 10 bits.
10.
So then 3 of us could play.
Actually, yeah. So I can give the 1, and then you can get
Okay.
4, and then actually, who wants to play?
I need to go find a bank.
Okay, we can go with you in a second.
I can go on my own.
I
I'm perfectly
really
fine.
wanted to
Sorry, sir,
be
I don't-
impressive.
I don't actually. I'm not gonna. Yeah, I'm gonna openly say your name. Sorry, sir. I don't think it's smart to go to a bank alone.
I can go with you. I don't care if I play.
Why not?
We are your security detail, and I say it like really loudly.
I don't need a security detail. I am perfectly capable of handling myself.
I
While
can
you
go
are
with-
throw
Yeah, no,
rocks
I'm
at a
gonna.
circle.
Okay, no, I want to
Now,
go. I want to
hate
go with
to insult
Zarzar.
you, but you're not a
I'm
great.
not saying
you're not a
I'm
great
security
bodyguard.
detail.
No, I'm gonna go with Zar. I'm
No,
gonna go Zarzar.
You play.
Oh,
No,
we're
no, no.
leaving
That can
Quid
be
alone to
company.
play.
Zarzar, I'm gonna
Well,
walk
Quid
up
has
to
all of the
I'm
money.
gonna walk up to
Okay.
Whisper and Zarzar.
No.
Okay.
Once.
Quid's gonna go on
And
an
I'm
adventure.
Yes, Issa's going to stay
If
with Quid.
if Zarzar is going with Quinn, then Nev is not
Yeah, that
going.
doesn't necessarily make
I'm
it
This
better.
is not
following
gonna
Zarzar.
fucking stop me.
You? I will be fine.
You won't be fine.
I can hold my own.
Yeah,
Should we check?
Zarzar, just let me come with you.
You just paid.
I didn't.
Should we check?
I have not. I took the money back because.
No, you did.
Okay.
But I want to play.
Okay, have a gold piece. I forgot
Yeah.
win some wet jokesters. I don't know.
Wait,
Don't keep.
you win them?
I keep
You
that.
don't keep.
Wait,
Wait.
Do you
is
keep
that how the
the
game
people?
works?
No, no, no.
Oh.
This isn't snorkel.
You win pride
Oh,
and
that's
memories.
boring.
How many rocks do I get per play?
3.
Okay, I can do this.
Okay. Don't die. Please.
I don't plan on this taking me that long. Do we want to just wait until you
Yeah,
go to
can
the
we
bank
just
until we're
wait
done
and
here?
all go together?
Fine.
I prefer to not split up in
Yeah.
this strange city in the sky.
Could I take 2 plays?
We're not in the sky yet.
Can I take 2 plays from that gold I took, so everyone else can have equal amounts? It's just 5 of us.
Yeah.
So, I'll take 2 plays.
Is everyone playing?
Okay, so those of you throwing,
Bless you.
make a
The most insane sounding sneeze. What the fuck just happened?
it sounded like a muffled explosion. Okay, make either athletics or an attack, like a ranged attack roll.
Athletics!
Oh, do you need a pen?
Would I do range attack roll how I usually do with my +7 or?
Yes.
I only got a 10 for
Okay.
the first
Pen.
one. I want my
Oh,
bag.
what about a pen?
I'm
Or,
getting in front of the
hear me out
camera.
here, a
Sorry,
pen.
everybody.
My dice. Oh, could you grab the pen there?
The pen?
I have
This
4
pen?
here for you.
But yes,
This is a mismatched pen, isn't it, Chris?
yes.
You sinner.
It writes in black.
You would never assume that the green and blue pen written black. I rolled a 10 for my first one.
Okay.
No,
where
no,
did-
because it has a runway. No.
Okay. So it's 10, you said?
No, it's
I rolled a
my
10.
first one was a 15.
Okay. 10, 15. Who else doing it? Just those two?
Do I roll all 3 of them?
I will not get that.
Okay.
Okay. So they are doing their elaborate acrobatic acts. They've now all flipped onto the central platform, legs all stacked on top of each other as the one, arms out, balances, and the whole thing moves and shifts. You aim, chuck your rock. It's flying straight at the target for the middle one. And you see they all scatter. The top one jumping down and back, and then bouncing off of the back wall, flipping and landing on one of the side platforms.
I have an idea.
The second one
I have an idea.
jumping off the first and landing in a similar fashion on the third platform, and the first one jumping up and then just sort of like going to a full split, and then both of the other two catch them by their ankles, and they're now
Okay,
just
that's cheating. I think.
Wait, I have an idea. What if we all threw our rocks at the same time?
Okay, well, I want to throw at the side ones now. with
Okay,
my
so
last
no.
two rocks, and
Wait,
hopefully knock all of them
okay,
in.
yeah. So I missed with my last one. So, what if? Okay, who else playing? Just you and I?
Yes.
Okay.
after the thing goes, it goes.
Alrighty.
Just
So
back up. So 3
okay.
or both.
So what we do is I hit. Okay, so if there's-
I'm just gonna throw them. I don't think we need to like plan this
no,
out.
because they're gonna cheat if we don't. So what if we just threw them at the same
You're
time?
not winning a prize.
I wanna win.
Then what?
Okay, I'm gonna throw mine at the middle one. You throw yours at the right one.
Can I just throw both?
Throw
of
it
them?
at his balls.
You know what? Yes. You're right,
Can I
Issa.
just go for both of the side ones?
Can you give Issa one?
Actually, yeah, here, Issa. I'll give Issa one of my last two.
That's out
Issa,
of character.
no.
One is disabled.
He's a full pelted. You see fear in his eyes.
One of them
Out of
is
character.
still full splits. Just
Yeah, it's that one.
Does Issa hit him? Does Issa hit him?
just fucking
That's
gone.
out of character. I just need to let Issa have fun sometimes.
Yeah, that hits.
Oh. Ah! Okay, I'm gonna throw mine at the right.
Alright, I'm gonna go for the left.
Okay, now.
Fuck him up.
Nat 20!
I rolled an 18 on the die.
just
Plus
goes-
7.
Diversion.
So that's a 25 for me. For my one.
Okay.
And then can I also try to hit the middle one with my last one?
Yeah, roll as well.
That's only a 10 for the middle one, but he did get hit in the balls. So I don't think he could do anything to stop
Wait, are
me.
you guys aiming for the targets or performers?
Okay,
I was
so
aiming
no.
for-
Issa hit the guy in the
My
balls.
25
Anthony went
was
for left.
for the
I went for
one on
right.
the left.
I went for the
performer
one on
or
the right.
target.
The target.
Okay.
So I hit at 26.
Okay.
I got
Oh my
25.
God.
I rolled a nat 20, by the way.
So he just throws hers first, and time seems to slow as this barrage of incoming stones is unloaded towards.
Poor choice of words.
You see the first performer, legs held helplessly out. Slam. You see him punch forward in agonizing pain as the first one falls into the water. Then the onslaught. As the other two, in shocked horror, stare at the first one. They then go, as the stones pass by overhead, in almost perfect sync, slam into both targets, and they sort of look at each other.
Oh no.
It's like Looney Tunes.
And like fall backwards with definitely increased drama as they both sink into the water. And then time resumes, and there's like a brief silence in the crowd.
The crowd fucking cheers.
And then
Yeah!
We still have one more play each.
this little kid goes, "You guys are the coolest!"
Thanks, man. Alright, I think
And
we're
then-
gonna head
and
to
this-
that bank now.
No, wait, we have one
We're
more play
done.
each.
We fucking
No.
we humiliated them.
And
We're
then
done.
you see another like, go, "Mom,
I don't want to be like them.
that guy can't have kids anymore." And there's like,
I don't know, that was two sharpshooters and the strongest lizard you've ever seen. Just fucking pelting rocks at these people.
the two performers are sort of like helping the middle one get up, and the one's like,
Oh
It's only thrown up.
I think we've done the campaign.
Oh my!
I think we thoroughly won.
I think we
This
need
is
more.
what victory tastes like.
the watching Ticketmaster goes, "Well,
You can keep the rest of the money. I don't think we're gonna go for other plays.
Does that one need to be healed?
the performers." Oh no, I'm sure he's fine.
Can I try engage if I need to, like,
He's sort
do
of
a
like
healing
hobbling off, eyeing Issa with great fear.
I
Issa goes,
Can I gauge if I need to do a
I
healing
love you
word?
so.
Me, Quid and Issa are celebrating in like the meanest way possible. Just full like victory dance.
Yeah, Corn is 100% joining. Fucking Three Musketeers.
like arms length, the legs like.
Fucking can. I was imagining like arms linked and they're like skipping in a circle.
Everyone's arms are like this for Corn.
Quid is 5'7".
Yeah,
You
Corn's
jump up.
6'8".
5'6", he keeps getting
Quid's
taller.
5'6". Quid's 5'6". I don't know.
He started 5'5", then he turned 5'6". You keep making
He's
him
a growing
taller.
boy.
He's a growing boy.
Then he's not gonna be the shortest party member.
I don't know. He's 5'6".
Okay.
We should probably head to the bank if you actually want use of my money.
Yeah, we don't want use of your money unless you're offering to
I mean,
What the hell am I going to do with it?
I was having a great time.
live.
I would like to know the status of my money at least.
Yeah, that's fair.
Bank. Then we might have
I
a better budget.
I look directly at the Ticketmaster. Where? Bank. Where? Pretty please.
Generally, that's where the city is. Are you making fun of me?
No, I'm just simply asking how do we get up.
You see those things in the sky?
No, but how do we get to one of those things?
You see the things on the ground?
Where are the things on the ground?
Let me tell you, my strange lizard friend. Have you heard tale of the most wondrous invention? Stairs.
Where are the stairs?
Yonder.
Where?
Go! Fly to the stairs. Discover
Go,
them.
go
for
to the
yourself.
stairs. Follow that snark.
Follow Snork! I'm gonna start running after Snork.
You just hear this. Oh my.
I'm gonna start running after Snork.
Just this party beelining in after a flying chromatic green kobold. As you guys enter into this, like you continue into the square and approach the entrance to one of these large spires that you can see stairs within a circle up. And the people with like the throng of people entering all sort of like look and like back out of the way at the last second.
I
As
guess
first
Snork-
Snork barrels through, the cape billowing behind him, the hammer on his back.
What hammer does Snork have again?
Oh,
Hammer
Snork,
for turning?
Snork
Yeah.
stole so many magic
Hammer.
items from someone.
Snork is Thor.
Bro has Thor's hammer.
Mjolnir. Then a charging Keenery behind and a very aggressive half-satyr.
Yeah,
And then I don't.
Wait, what's your speed?
35.
I have 50 feet of speed.
Alright,
I have 50 feet of walking speed.
I don't care.
I'm catching up. How fast is Snork going?
Faster.
It's
Alright,
Snork. What do you expect?
if I like super sprint, I go 70.
If I super sprint, I go 120
100.
technically.
Yeah.
Because I have bloodline at Luraden, which makes me catch fire and start
I
running.
don't think you should be on fire right now. This
No,
doesn't seem like a good thing for
This
us to
doesn't
do.
sound like a good thing.
If I super sprint, I go 160.
Lizard catches on fire and kills dozens.
The city
The
explodes.
city.
And the other three are just trailing behind.
Wait. Okay, so 120 feet of movement per turn.
Limp time
Times
or balloon time?
10.
One and two.
No, wait.
Alright, but you all make your way into the spire and spiral up the stairs.
Corn can run a 5-minute mile.
Fair enough.
You know,
And on fire at the same time.
Corn is going Mach so fast.
Bro goes DeLorean speeds.
Corn is literally about to go to the future.
no, not at all. But
No, I know. It's clear to me. It's clear.
you make your way to the top of this, where it's this like wide open.
I vote next time Corn gets kidnapped, he goes just to the past and just sits around for a bit, like flirts with his mom and then leaves.
Oedipus?
No, we thinking more of Marty McFly.
That's what Marty does.
Yeah.
So this large circular platform at the top of this spire, and you see like various benches set around. This central like ceiling thing, these 4 pillars holding up this domed ceiling, that has a mosaic of this massive city floating in the sky, like bathed in light, supported by all these sails. Yeah. Benches all around, people filling them, and you can see one of those blimps coming down towards, as it's a circle, but then it opens up into this square, like one-way landing thing, and it lands, or it comes in for landing. You can see as it comes in, these like there's this hiss of steam as these struts extend out, and it sets down on this long landing pad off of the main tower. And a gangplank is lowered. And you see this thing is mostly made out of wood with some bits of metal and then just large ropes to connect this massive canvas balloon. And you can see this fire burning above the cabin to fill this hole in the balloon. So it is not a Hindenburg situation. It is a fire balloon. A hot air balloon, rather.
Oh no, it's already been Hindenburg.
That's not how that works.
Yeah, sure.
Exactly how that works.
No.
It's exactly how it works.
Alright, well, let's...
I think they've already learned their lesson.
This is like one of the rides I used to ride at Laura World.
What?
Also known, it's short for Luraden World.
Okay.
Luraden World?
Yeah, it's like a park. There's like lots
I
of
don't know.
rides and stuff.
I grew up in a cave.
You didn't have rides?
No.
Well, make my
No,
way
we did
out.
not. We had moss.
Are you
Man.
talking about like rides like mounts?
No,
Like
no, no,
horses?
no, no. Like thrill rides, I think.
What?
Like you'd ride fun things that were like sometimes they're enchanted, sometimes they're like horses. It's like a carnival, but like stationary.
Okay, you have fun over there.
No?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Are we
Have
boarding?
you been rooting through my pouches?
Yeah.
Okay. Boarding this strange blimp. You guys go into this rather finely adorned inner cabin. This like polished wood and like green velvet, green like cushy velvet chairs. You can sit down as it takes off once it is full of passengers and begins floating up towards the city.
Is someone flying this thing?
Yeah, you can see a pilot. There's
Aw.
looking out of the window, or out of the many windows along the side, you can see just
We could totally steal one of these later.
the wide majesty of the city. All of
That
these
wasn't out loud.
mismatched,
Flying shit doesn't work out here.
these mismatched wooden constructions it's almost like a makeshift island made of wood and metal with windows coming out of all of it seeming to be inhabited, and off of this main mast, it seems like there's other connected masts attached by lots of different things of rope, all with innumerable sails coming off of them, filling and catching the wind that's whipping, and you can hear it even though you're inside the cabin. Just this grand sight, strange and mismatched, beautiful in its way. And as you approach this grand city, Quid,
Yes.
Issa, sitting next to you, just leans over, looking at her gun and that new name engraved in one of the barrels. Do you ever regret your pact? And that's where we're going down the episode.
Okay.
I have like 2 lines on this little page.
Interesting.
Dang it. It's gonna be sadly empty.
We will pick up from there in a week's time. But until then, farewell. Thank you for joining us. Bye-bye.
Farewell, dear travelers.